And so I'm just waiting for her to come in, hit the like button. Let's see. I'm just waiting for the place to fill up. And we'll try this again. We're gonna do this again. There's nobody gonna tell anybody that our nobody wants to see our debate. Why? People like watching it. It was out of control for a minute, but that's what happens with all the debates. We're not the only ones. So yeah, no, you're gonna get blocked. Okay, you're blocked. Bye. Stay out of here. Because everybody does it. Don't say God to be better to us. These men get in here, talk about each other's mama. Don't do that. We didn't do all that. You're not gonna gaslight us. Just come in, get your tickets. Let me put the ticket link. You want to see a debate? Come on in. We do debates just like everyone else, and it's gonna be a good debate. So Sonetter, I guess everybody threw a tantrum. I threw a tantrum. Sonetter, Naphtali threw a tantrum, and then Sonetter threw the last tantrum and ended it. But rest assured, we're doing the debate. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have ended the stream like that. If it was Jabari and Inky up here going at it heated, he wouldn't have just ended the debate, the conversation, and said, "Y'all can't do this." Don't treat us like children. We're adults, we're women, and we're scholars and we're debaters just like everybody else. So yeah, we're waiting for them to come on in. I mean, I'm waiting for her to hit the link, and we'll do this again. We don't even need a moderator. I thought he was going to promote the debate, not try to sabotage it. Check. So let me go ahead and get this done. I'm going to put the link in. We're going to do it again. We could sit. We know how to sit and talk to each other. It did get a little heat. I want to apologize to her, and when she gets in, I'm already saying I did come out the box wild, swinging, windmilling. When I was like, I know the Bible better, that was a little off kilter. Not a little. That was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but I just am trying to get it lit, but then I got to be careful and not be. I also want to walk the right line where I'm being respectful and not offensive to people. And she's the same way. We don't want to. We are not at a point where we can't come back and sit down and keep on going, though. Okay, everybody does this. Everybody does this. Well, Thindo, that's how when I'm being told that I don't believe in God, and that I don't know a Bible that I've been studying all my life, I got triggered. And she did say, that she was gonna try to back off of that. I'm gonna let her speak for herself. But one thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna see something that we do. We know how to do it ourselves, and we're gonna get in here and have a discussion. So come on in. Thank you, Thendo. And she is too, she's a very strong debater. She's very strong in the Canaanite information. I never, ever really denied that. I don't really bother with her when she's doing that because she's really carved a path for herself, done a lot of research on that. It was just, I don't know, the vibe was off. The vibe was off. Yeah, Gideon. Take bets. Yes, let me get the link for the Zoom. I'm waiting for Naphtali. Like I said, Naphtali, I have love for Naphtali as a person. That's why when she said that thing about the busted biscuits, woo, I really don't have anything bad to say. I get rough and I get tough, but I do have love for Naphtali. She's a sweetheart. She really is a sweetheart. It's just information. But you see, we can bang though. We showed you that. I'm waiting on her. I'm gonna give her a call really quickly. And there is the link for our debate for you to get the ticket. Get the ticket. I'm gonna put it up here. Yeah, we're gonna no. I don't know what he's talking about. Nobody wants to see our debate. If they don't want to see our debate, they damn sure don't want to see anybody else's debate. I mean, people want to see debates that are fiery and the information. We're not doing anything where we can't go back and there's no lines crossed. Yes, I was rough. I was rugged. She gets rough and rugged in her way. She's more sweet and nice, nasty about it. Like, she's very good at, jabbing like a scalpel. She uses a scalpel. You don't know you're cut till like you walk away and you're bleeding. I use more of a machete, but we can still sit down and have a conversation, and it can get heated and we can be respectful. So give me a minute. I'm going to play a song. Hit that link that I dropped for the debate ticket. Let me do it again. I thought I did. Get the debate ticket and watch a good debate. Y'all like it. You love it. Yeah, that's what I meant, passive aggressive. But hey, that's a good style because it can really. You know who else has that style? Jabari. So that's a great technique, and so I salute her on that. What am I saying? We're gonna have a good debate. Let me see if she's good. Yeah, let's go ahead and start the music and get this. Let's try round part two.
Frankie and the trendsetter.
You did it again, man.
General, HOK Field Marshal,
Apple Nation.
none of them can but a dance on the top.
Revelation, set the top.
Violate the general. End up in a blood clot funeral home. Anchor.
Okay, here we are. She's here. We have Queen Naphtali in the house with me. We're gonna try this again. Peace, Naphtali. Can you hear me? You're muted.
Hold on 1 second. I still got you on my background. 1 second.
Okay. So everybody, we're back again. I'm running this on the big channel until we get people in here. And we're gonna try this again. This is no problem. This is what we do. I get rough and tough with my Afro puffs. Hey, walk on with your best. That's the Lady of Rage. That's the Lady of Rage. If y'all know who that is. Par, you kid. That's who that is, Gideon. Shout out to my brother Gideon. I rock rough and tough with my Afro puffs. Yeah, rock on with your bad self. Anyway, so we're waiting for her to come on back. She's getting her mic right. We're gonna see if we can do. You know what? And I'm gonna open the panel too. Make it more chill. It's not peace, Naphtali. I just was letting people know. I apologize to you for coming out super machete raw, hacking everywhere. And I was telling everybody we can do the debates. We are professional. We get it in. It gets heated, but at the end of the day, we have mutual respect for each other. And so I just wanted to show them that we can get in here and try again. So what say ye? What do you say about that? Thank you for coming back on, by the way.
Well, the thing is that I thought the conversation was going to be more on the way that it was the first time, but everything's cool. I'm all about sharing information and giving knowledge and having fun. Everything doesn't always have to be tense and on 10.
Right.
I haven't even looked at the comments, but I'm looking at yours right now.
Mine?
Yeah. I'm looking at I'm talking about not yours. I'm talking about the people in the chat now.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Napah was skeptical about the debate, but I think it's going to be a good one. That's Meter. And then somebody said, Napah, the way you just demolished. Yeah, you know what? People say you demolished me too. Don't get it. Don't worry about that one.
I don't mind about. I'm not sensitive like that. But this person said they wouldn't waste their money on it. Well,
who said that? Where?
That's the same person that said that. So.
Oh, no. Let me explain something to you, Infinite Energy. That's something you're repeating because you heard Sonnetter say that. Don't be a parrot. Nobody is going to waste their money on our debate. Stop playing in our faces because we're women. We just got, even what we just had when we just were on the panel together, people were tuned in. They couldn't even leave to go refill their popcorn bowl. Y'all love to hear us go back and forth because not only are we very intelligent women, we're very good looking as well. Let's not play. Okay, I know you don't want to say that, Naphtali. I'm going to say it for us. So come on, stop it. Stop acting like you don't want to come. Whoever, that was just one person. Enough of that. Enough of that. I want to just get back to you. I want people to know that, yeah, we should have been having fun. I came in on 10. I'm not going to lie. The whole thing about me is there's a lot behind the whole thing about people telling me I don't believe in the Most High. Not this isn't. You already made it clear that you, as a woman, I appreciate you said you're not going to be on that. So it isn't even about you so much, Naphtali. That energy. It's just like I've been fighting so many people in this community. They say that if I don't believe the Bible like they believe it, that I don't love the Most High. So I did get I got personal, and it wasn't necessary. Actually, it isn't necessary for me to come at you like that. So I apologize. I do apologize. I do. I want everybody to know I apologize. This is my sister up here. I
Well,
support
I
her.
I accept your apology, and like I said, after we had our first conversation, I thought we had a really good conversation. I was asking you questions because the thing is that when you're see the thing is, everybody out there who don't know who I am, is that I started my debating evolutionists. I used to be a creationist before I
Mhm.
even knew anything about Israelites. And then the more I started to get more involved into, Sonetta's channel, Garfield's channel, get into, more involved into this, then I started to realize that, listening to the Hebrews and all that, that I wanted to, my thing is to debate atheists. So when I listened to your arguments, they sounded pretty much kind of what the atheists were saying. So
Right.
I thought we were just, just taking shots at one another. And I
Mhm.
was like, well, Dag, you take pretty I have to handle you like I would handle an atheist. And I was just making a joke. But after we had our conversation, you and we talked in
Right.
the background, and I apologized to you because the last thing I want to do is put down another sister in the Bible. But the thing is, like I said, uh it was, I asked you a lot of questions because when you're debating somebody who says that they follow the narrative of evolution,
Mhm. Mhm.
I have to try to understand how do you get that, because that's not in the Bible. So that's why I was asking you so many questions because I'm trying to understand your
Right.
narrative.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, and you know what? I wanted to we can start there as a foundation, because if you really want to know, the Bible for
you
me,
broski.
can you
Hmm.
hear me? Can you hear me
Yeah, I
okay?
saw somebody in the comment. I was just looking at the comments. I was just trying to see.
What-
Somebody says, "Do you agree with Napah about the snake?" No, I don't. And somebody said, "Do you go? You need to go live more on your channel." You're right. And
Oh yeah,
I'm
you know what? You
trying
could
to.
actually dual stream this one if you wanted to. I told you that.
I know. I came in. I was,
It's right
just
up at the top. You can click it and just have it stream to your channel
I
if
don't
you
even see where it says that at.
at the top right. It should say, "Do you want," in blue? It should say, "Would you like to
I
stream this
must
to your
be on
channel?"
the wrong account, I guess, because I'm not
Right.
seeing where it says that at. I must
Because
not be on my account. My account.
right, and I am going to come to your channel, and we needed that to happen, because I don't want it to be, now that I think about it, it was not the way I wanted. That's like us 2021, when we were just, I don't want it to be like that, where I'm like, "And you're my child," and I mean, it's good for a little bit,
I
but
wasn't expecting that. I wasn't, like I said, you caught me off guard. You guys were like, you got 1 minute, and I was like, 1 minute.
I didn't do the timer thing. That's
No,
he
I
loves
just
to
was
do that.
like, I didn't know anything about it. I'm like, I thought, you and we were so
No,
organic,
we both ramble a lot. I
and
ramble
yes,
too,
but
but
you,
you
you know,
might be more
it was
than
fine. I
one
didn't
other.
mind you rambling. You shared your
Girl, you
screen.
might
You
be
shared
longer
your
than me.
sources. I felt like I felt like the first time we gave each other equal amounts of time. I didn't
Yeah,
feel
we
like
did great the first time. And you know what? My husband wasn't so present. It was mostly just you and me for the most part. I think he gets really hypersensitive when he's always making it like we're gonna, I don't know, rip each other's eyeballs out. So shout out to Sonetter, but again, we're gonna start from scratch. Look, what we went through just now is nothing compared to what we've seen everybody go, like, on these panels from the beginning to the HOK, our brother Zion Lex was about to beat the brakes off of SETI on one video. I don't know if you saw that. So it gets heated. We can start from scratch.
Oh, it never was heated on my part.
Yeah.
Like I
Okay.
said, I'm just ready to have fun. I like to share information, I like to share, it's just the thing is that it just kind of caught me off guard. I was like, where is all this coming from? Like, what
Well, it's the
happened?
Bible.
We didn't have to, we should have talked about this over the phone if we had
Well,
some
I,
actual,
I was coming in at the I was coming out of my Bible bag, like my Bible debating bag, but I can do it a
we can
different
talk
way.
about the Bible. I don't mind talking about the Bible. I really thought we were going to be talking about the serpent in the garden. That's where I thought we were going to
Well,
be. I
if
thought
you
this
want to,
conversation was going to be about that.
if you want to have that conversation, I just don't know. I did have it last night. We can have that conversation
We
definitely.
don't have to. That's where I thought that
I don't
I
mind.
knew
That's
you were going to be asking me questions. I was prepared for it to be asked. I said I did ask her a lot of questions the last time, so this
yeah.
time she probably wants to ask me some. And
Yeah.
also, I said, I'm ready. And then when Sinetta had said, when you had said you wanted to ask questions, I said, well, go right ahead. Let's talk about let's talk. Ask me some questions. Ask. So it's all good.
Ion Lex.
Um,
Okay, so yeah, we can do that. I do want to let me show the flyer again. I know I already showed it before, but yeah, we are our debate is not going anywhere besides into the history books of a classic debate. We are having this debate March 14th. It is going to be Queen Naphtali Huldah versus Queen Napashida, and we are going to have this debate about, are we animals and primates? I didn't want to really go too much into all of our information, but we could just freestyle. You want to ask me about the serpent if you're interested? I just didn't want it just to be about that all the time.
no, I didn't either. Like I said, I was coming in think how like I said, the last time I had questions arranged because I was really trying to get an understanding of how do you get to,
Right.
the biblical narrative from Genesis 1. It explains that humans are separate. We were not made on the same day as the animals, the beasts of the field you know so I was trying to understand, you being a Bible believer, how do you get to the beast of the field? How are we the beast of the field if according to Genesis, if that's why I said that according to the biblical narrative or the creation narrative, it says that we are created on a separate day. I believe it's the fifth day, and the beasts of the field were created on a separate day, and that we were created in the Most High's image. So I was going to ask you, really, you believe that? I was trying to get an understanding of how do you get to apes with that, and
Right.
that's why I said, okay, well, you completely, not to say you threw out the whole, Genesis narrative, but you completely took that away and just went straight to what the evolutionists teach, and that's why I was like, wow, okay, well, I might as well handle this like, throw the Bible away and just talk about, not saying necessarily throw the Bible away, but just let's just talk science then. So
Right.
that's what I was just thinking, because I'm just trying to understand, how do you get from beasts of the, because the Bible explicitly says there's kinds, there's animal kind, and then there's mankind, and he said that we were made in his image. Then there's the beasts of the field. The beasts of the field are the apes and the monkeys and the primates. So I was just trying to get just trying to understand you and say, well, how did she get to where she's at? And then I realized that you are a theistic evolutionist, and I was like, well, then that's cool. I never debated a theistic evolutionist before. This is new.
Yeah.
This is
So
a new one for me. Like I said, I debate atheists all the time. That's my forte. But somebody who says they believe in the Bible and then take on the atheistic narrative, it's like, well, that's when I made the joke, like, well, you're an atheist then, because
right. Yeah, and that's where the trigger came. So we
it's kind
got
of like you disregarded the creation narrative. That's all.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying. So let's start here where I was talking actually about abiogenesis and comparing it to the Bible. I was giving you a peek into like where I stand. I know that it's pushed in the debate world when we have creationists versus atheists, and atheists who are also standing on the evolutionary theory with as far as Darwin, it's usually them debating, like you said, an atheist will usually debate evolution. With me, though, the thing that I was saying about abiogenesis and the dust of the ground and the beginning, I know that there is a divine conductor or orchestrator, a group. Also, I say it's a group of creator gods, not one. I know that they made these things happen. So the things that you see in science, as far as like the way life was formed out of so-called inorganic elements, that matches the Bible. I can fit that into Genesis. Get it? I can fit it into Genesis, and it's not hard for me to as someone who believes, to say, and the Elohim set that up to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? So we'll start there. You understand what I'm saying? You there?
Well, I'm here. I'm just trying to give you some time to talk. I
No,
don't
no,
want to
I want to hear from you. I'm done. I want to see what you, if you get what I'm getting at when I say that part.
Well, see, the thing is that see, a lot of I'm aware, and I don't want to ruffle your feathers, Napah. I'm trying to not
No,
ruffle.
no, I'm not gonna. This is not gonna be like the last stream. I don't
Okay,
care what you
I'm
say, and
trying to choose my words very
even
wisely.
if you say that you feel like you're doing, I'm past it already. We learned. We're moving forward, because what's not going to happen is somebody's going to make it like because we happen to be women, we can't seem to get a debate. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's going to do that ever again. So say what you want to say. If I don't like it, I'll say please don't say it. Okay.
Okay, well,
Go ahead.
so, and I'm just going to share this. So there's two narratives. There's two narratives. There's the creation narrative, and then there's so-called evolution. A lot of people out here think that evolution is science, but evolution is not science. Evolution is a religion, and it's also based off of Pan-Babylonianism. And what is Pan-Babylonianism? The Babylonians already had a narrative about being created from apes, and also a legion of what you would call, like you said, a people or creators, or however created man from apes. And that all comes from Eridu Genesis. And now that's Pan-Babylonian. The Babylonians had that narrative, and the Babylonians actually outdate the evolutionists. There's something called the probiotic soup. The probiotic soup starts with the Eridu Genesis. It talks about a pond of salty water. What is the salty water? The salty water is elements, is minerals. And what is the evolutionist narrative starts with? It starts with a prebiotic soup. All it is the same thing. And then when you talk about what is Pan-Babylonianism, the Babylonians are the ones who control all of it, like America. That's why they say America, even though there's countries, America, they all have American standards. And that's what Babylon was in this time, in its prime. Even though everybody talks about the Egyptians still worship the Babylonian gods. Even though they don't want to admit it, but there's something called an equivalent. And when you look at the equivalent of gods, ISIS goes back to Ishtar, Ninurta. All of them go back. When you go back to these, Osiris and all these different deities, they all go back to the equivalent that goes back to the Babylonians. So, like I said, if you really want to get technical, if we really want to go in deep, which I can, it's all a religion. All they did, Darwin didn't do anything. That's not science. And that's one thing that I wanted to focus on, is that I'm going to be talking about operational science and observable science. Nobody was there 6,000 or 6 billion or 4.6, 4.8, however you want to classify. Nobody was there to see it. So the fact that nobody was there to see it means that it fails the scientific method. And when it fails the scientific method, that's when it's no longer operational or observable science, because it cannot be reproduced in the laboratory. People come to me and say, well, you talk about pharmaceuticals. I mean, you talk about science, but you talk about evolution, but science, created cars, yes, all of that stuff can be recreated within the lab, but you cannot recreate a monkey turning into a human being. No one, even though when you brought up their organs are too small, and then the body rejects their organs because their organs cause disease within the human body.
Okay, can we
But I
let
don't want to
no,
keep
no,
rambling.
you're good. Well, let's go back to
It
so
is the book of Enoch. It is
I,
the book of Enoch. Yes, it is.
wait. Oh, you're looking at the okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get to you about this because you said something and I see Meter came in, and anybody can come in and ask us either one of us questions.
And
It's
Napah, if I'm talking too long, just tell
no,
me.
no, no, you're good. You're good. I'm off. I'm not on that anymore. I'm cool because I just wanted you to stop right there because I didn't want you to go into off of what you were talking about with the creation. That was good because I want to ask you a question. Meter, once she answers this question, you can get in here if I don't have anything to say about it, which probably won't. Into I'll let you get in after she answers this. So, do you speaking about the like the Enuma Elish and these stories that you are comparing to Darwinism, basically I'll say Darwinism, right? You're saying it's just based you found out that this is Darwinism. But don't these stories that predate the Bible story, aren't they very, very similar to the Bible story anyway? Like, how do you work that out? Do you see that these stories, like when you say the salt water and the fresh water, we have Tiamat and what is it, Apsu, that they came together and they made these new gods, and then they kept creating and creating. Don't you see that the stories that you say are coming that Darwinism come out of, don't they match the Bible's narrative as well, and the Bible uh cosmology? I'll let you
Yes. And
go
I
ahead.
want to respond to somebody in the comment section.
Okay.
He says, and this is why it's dumb debating her. How many times do we have to say humans don't come from monkeys? Naphtali is annoying. The thing is that if you want me to be technical, we don't share a common ancestor. How about that? Is that better? But
Okay,
all right, let me answer your
and
question.
we will get to
Yes,
that. That's a good that's I want to talk to you about that, but go ahead and let's take Meter dropped off. All right, great. Let's
well,
hear
hopefully
from
he'll
you.
come back.
Yeah, no, no,
Um,
take it. I want to hear from you. This is about us, so he's
yeah,
gonna
let's
come back.
build.
He'll come back.
Yes, there is a shared narrative, and that's why I don't want to be long-winded, so let me hear him get to the point.
No,
The
got it.
thing is that when you talk about the biblical narrative, there's two creations. There's the seed of the serpent, and then there's the Bible. There's the Most High's creation. So yes, that is the seed of the serpent. That is there. When you go into the book of Enoch, like somebody has talked about, the book of Enoch explained that the fallen angels came down and they mixed with. I wasn't trying to get into this, but I will. They mixed with mankind. They mixed with the with humans. These extraterrestrial beings mixed with terrestrial beings, and they created offspring. Now that offspring, possessing high intellect, high intelligence, they started to try to create their own offspring, and that's when we start. When you read the book of Enoch, it says that they were mating with all types of um, they were mating with the animals, the beasts. You know what I'm saying? And they were producing offspring. That's what caused the flood. So I'm not saying that what that is true. What iridogenesis, but that's not our story. That did happen. That did take place. The book of Enoch is facts. And the book of Enoch does match with iridogenesis, matches with the Anunnaki. I actually have a video where I talk about the Anakim. And the Anakim actually are the long necks. That's what that means, long neck giants. And the Anakim are actually the offspring of the Nephilim. So I like to talk about all those different things. I just wasn't going to bring that stuff up because I like to try to keep things safe and keep it on the sign, just keep it in, not go off into the extra biblical and just try to stay in the biblical text and also with science. But science knows, and that's when you get into the esoteric. They know, the people who came up with it understands that there is another, these so-called subhuman species, or what the Romans or the Greeks called they're the gods, the titans. They also had something called demigods. You know what I'm saying? The demigods, the gods. All everybody talks about them, but the Bible just has the narrative of, you know, the beginning before there was the mixture of these so-called subhuman species, and that's what I'm talking about. Was there we know that there are Denisovans, we know that there are Neanderthals, we know that there's all these different types of human beings, but we didn't come from them. That's not our story. We were created from the Most High, from the dust and dirt of the earth. You talk about abiogenesis. However, what actually helps with that is the fact that he breathed life into us. So we got our life from the Most High. What evolution is teaching is that they just came out of nowhere. It just lightning struck. Where did the life come from? The Most High said he breathed life into us. So I just want to make sure I made that clear.
Right, got that part. So, um, the breath of life is the important part. I hear you. Note taken. Thank you for explaining that. And yes, there's the link. Everybody, get your tickets. This debate is going to happen, and it's going to get lit. We're going to promote the hell out of it, whether we are up here throwing chairs like on Jerry Springer, or pulling each other's chair out and letting each other sit on the throne, being like, after you, no, after you. We're promoting this debate, and it's going to happen, and you're going to love it. You're going to love it, love it, love it, love it, just like you love the both of us, and you love to see us do this. How long have they been waiting to see us debate again? When was our last debate?
Oh man, it's been a while. It's been like 3 or 4 years. It's been a long time coming. You know, I'm trying to get back out there, and I appreciate you, you know, wanting to do this debate with me, because it's kind of hard to get, you know, people to want to debate you. And like I said, I'm trying to be cool, calm, and collected, and trying to be more analytical and more reasonable. And also, I just want to teach. You know, people are so used to, you know, hearing Christians and hearing these Hebrew Israelites, but they don't understand that my foundation is the Bible, but I am very strong in science as well as history. So I don't just, I mean, of course, I subscribe to the biblical narrative, but I know a lot about science and I know a lot about history. I'm not just one of those people who don't know anything about science. I know a lot about it. I've been studying it for a very, very long time. But I'd love to hear what you got to say, Meter. What you got to say? What's going on?
Yeah,
Most High Bless.
Meter, let's hear from you. Let me drop this link again so
Um,
I don't get it confused. Meter, are you
First
getting your
off,
ticket? Meter, let me find out. Did you get your ticket for our debate yet? Or any
I'm I'm
debate?
I'm, go,
You know.
I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Don't
What you
even
think
trip.
about it,
I
Meter?
bet
We're
I
gonna
get
hear
it.
from somebody. What do
No,
you think?
see,
Is it gonna be a
first
good debate? Is it gonna be a good debate?
first off, I'm like, okay, the title. This is from my point of view. I'm like, all right. I've seen, because I love this show. I love you all. And when I be at work, I keep it on and I keep it on my earpiece. I'll be working and I don't even be looking at the screen or none of that, just hearing everything, the information. So the way you came to Paul and the way you came to Thali, it was like spot on. Because that's how you sell a fight. You can't sell no fight with just, you
Thank
got
you.
to come out with haymakers. But then at the same time, Naphtali played her part by coming back scratching. So I'm cool with that, and that's what I was. That's what made me. I'm saying that it's gonna be a nice debate. And Nathalie is holding back on information, and she was like, "Just watch the debate," which is cool. But within religion and science, it only runs so far, because then you have to go outside the book. And then when you go outside the book, that's what determines if you have faith or no. You know? And Nepal, that's probably why everybody looking at you like that, is because when you go outside the book and you try to connect the bridge between science and facts, and then with your tradition, they be like, "Oh, you don't believe in God, or you don't believe in God the right way. How do you supposed to believe in God the right way?" You know. And then if you go into science, that's like if I say, okay, how do we make a mule? You gotta break down the scientific facts about how to make a mule. And then when we go
What?
to the
How to make
human,
a what? How to make a what?
Yeah, I didn't get you on that one. What? How to make what?
how to make a mule.
A mule, like the animal?
Yes, yes, a mule. You
Right.
know, where did the camel originated from? You got to do back history and study on where the camel originated from because it didn't originate from the desert.
Okay, so
So
where are you
huh?
leaning toward? So you're leaning toward more where her position is that we are not, or which side you lean on? I need to hear from you.
Man, hey, Nepal. To be honest,
I don't
y'all
care which
both got.
you go with her. That's even
I,
better.
I'm,
Don't think you can't say you. I don't
I'm
mind.
just saying though. No, to be honest, y'all both got some blows. It's gonna be a nice one. That's why I said it's gonna be a nice one, and it's delivery. It's gonna come down to delivery, straight up. Because it's a tug of war. Because then you have if you go in direct science, or you have people with just religion, with a tradition, it can go either way. Well, no, we didn't come from that. God said we said this. You know, that's what it is. That's how I feel. I understand both of y'all positions. You know, but then at the same time, like the Thali, when it's time for you to go outside the Bible and go science, how could you keep everything together as far as your tradition? Because you can't do both at once.
That's that's the misconception. That's the problem that a lot of people are having, and that's why people need to really watch debate. And also, as well, come over to my channel, like somebody has said, if they're still watching. I do need to do more live videos, and I do need to teach more because I'm Naphtali's new school of thought. I bring a new school of thought, and what is that? Um, there, like I said to just a second ago, there's something called religion. Evolution is not science. It's not science because science is observed. You can observe it and you can test it with the scientific method. Nobody was there. So everything is based off of what? Faith and belief. You have to believe what they're saying. And the thing is, one thing people say they love about science is that it's forever changing. They're always updating. You know why they're always updating? Because they keep getting things wrong. Okay, they keep getting things wrong. That's why it's forever changing, because you have to believe in it. When they get more information, they got the James Webb telescope, they got the Hubble, they had the Hubble telescope, now they got the James Webb. Now they can see more, so everything they had 40 years ago is out the door. But guess what? Those people
But
that
when you go, that's evolution.
no, that's not evolution.
I'm talking about they went from one stage to another. They
No,
revolved.
because you got to
They,
remember
I'm talking,
7 stages of evolution. See, you guys get stuck on one. You got to remember there's 7. You can't pick and choose which one you want. You got to have all. So if we
and
go,
then that's just
you got to remember there's
okay.
the Big Bang, there's cosmic evolution, right? Cosmic, the Big Bang. Then you got to remember there's macro evolution, there's micro evolution. Nobody has ever seen the Big Bang, the cosmic. Nobody's ever seen macro. Everybody wants to go into micro, which is homology. You can't, and then micro is not even seen. All you talk about is the small adaptations that animals are making or people are making, these adaptations.
But
That's not
but
evolution.
then do you agree what you just said, that it takes you out of the belief and faith of the Bible then,
No,
with the Big Bang?
it does not.
Oh,
Operational science actually proves the Bible. The Most High said that He created animal, created us and everybody from the dust and dirt of the earth. Evolution says everything came from the dust and dirt of the earth. However, the problem is that evolution wants to remove the Most High, and then also the Most High separates us by kinds. Evolution wants to say that we're all the same. The Most High distinctly says that we're each kind individually. So when He created mankind, He created mankind. He created the animals, He created the beasts of the field. We're not the same. You cannot mate with a primate. You cannot create life with a primate. Why can't you create life with a primate? Because the Most High put a distinguishing barrier between the two so that we cannot procreate with each other because we're not the same kind. A primate cannot procreate with a zebra. It cannot because it's not the same kind. However, when you get into the canine species, a dog can procreate with a wolf because they're the same kind of animal. That does not mean that's evolution. That just proves more of what the Bible says. And science just proves what the Bible's, what the most, everything that we've observed, everything that's observable proves the Bible. Everything bring forth after their own kind is what it says in the Bible. So guess what?
Well, would you say the Big Bang theory is God?
No, Big Bang theory is it's a theory. That's why it's called a theory because it's not proven fact. And the thing is that they don't even know when you start to get into. And I mean, I would love to have these kind of conversations where I can actually provide sources and information to help support what I'm saying to you.
Mm.
But
Okay,
they
I
don't
do
even
want to.
know. They
If
don't
I
even
can,
understand.
let me just say this real quickly, though. The thing about the mating, uh, you know, there's proof that animals, humans, with genetic, I don't want to get, to the point where I'm saying animal, there's people doing bestiality. I'm not going there. But I will talk about as far as reproduction. There's a lot of genetic testing, and there's a lot of ethical debates about the ethics of it, but they have blended animal DNA with human DNA. There's chimeras everywhere in these labs. So that wouldn't be, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's ethical, but that's not an argument that we could actually use. I'm going to let you respond, Naphtali.
Say that again, Napah, repeat that again so I can make sure I got that right. My computer is
Yeah,
doing,
yeah,
I'm
no.
gonna have to leave out and come back. Say that again.
Oh, okay. I'm saying that uh it's not, there's an ethical conversation if it's good, meaning if it's morally right or if it's morally wrong, but they have blended DNA successfully with other animal DNA, non-human animals. So, you know, I'm not saying that it's right, but the argument that we can't reproduce with them, that wouldn't be true so much. We're not supposed to when I say reproduce, I'm not talking about bestiality. I'm talking about DNA and genetic testing. And yes, everybody, there are ethical issues with that. People are talking about that's not moral. I get it. But if we're talking about can they do it or not, it's happening. So I'm going to let you respond to that, Naphtali. Then I want to get to this brother named GDN Capone. What do you say about that? I think she's having some tech difficulties.
You asking me? I thought you said something. Oh, yeah, I heard what you said.
I'm going
It's
to let you
flash.
respond. You
No,
can
you're
respond.
fine. Let me respond to what you're saying.
Okay.
Um, that is a great point, and let me expound upon that. So, people who believe in evolution, now you believe in a creator, but a lot of these atheists, you say, well, they're in the laboratories and they're doing this. Well, what that proves is actually my point that it takes intelligence, it takes a designer to be able to do that, and that's what I'm saying. Just because it didn't happen spontaneously on its own, it takes intelligence of a designer or someone like a scientist or a creator to be able to do that. It's not happening spontaneously on its own. And that's something that needs to be talked about. People say we're scientists, or yes, that's a scientist. That is somebody who has That is a person. That is a creator. That is a designer. A car does not just come out of nowhere. It took engineers to develop that. And the Most High is the engineer, and he has the code. And guess what? He gave the code to everybody, and he utilized the same framework and the same design because we all have to coexist upon this earth. So you're going to see the same type of footprint, biological footprint, being utilized in multiple different creatures. That doesn't mean we came from them. That just means that that is a common designer. So I just wanted to make sure I said that.
Okay, thank you. And let me get over to this brother. What did you want to add, GDN Capone?
Yes, shalom, shalom. Peace to the panel.
Peace.
So I've been watching y'all, so I heard the conversation. One thing I wanna respond on is that to the brother right here, I think his name Meter. He said something about where do the camel come from, but that depends on what camel you're talking about, right? So I want to ask you what camel you was talking about when you was mentioning where do the camel originate, and then I got a question for you, Napah.
Okay.
The camel that's in, from my understanding, and I'll pull it up. From my understanding, the camel is not really what just happened.
Well, there's two kinds. There's a dromedary and then there's a Bactrian camel.
Right, there's a dromedarian and there's a bacterian camel. This is right. You have
And
the North
so,
American camel, right?
so,
Which is
so,
the
so,
one, which
so,
is two. The North American camel I think it has one hump. And then you have the Asiatic camel, which has two humps.
Not North
Or
America.
vice
and
versa.
then there's some crossbreeding in there, right?
Africa. Yeah, what?
Well,
Meter. Do you know?
Wait, hold on. Go ahead.
Meter. If you didn't know it, he's trying to explain it to you, and you're talking over it.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what he's talking about, or he's trying to explain it?
Yes, I know. I can't hear it. It was breaking up.
Oh, okay. All right. You want to repeat it?
Yeah. So and it's no offense, but we can't make grandiose statement, out of ignorance. So it's two camels. There is a camel that originated in North America, but you do have I think it's called the Bactrian camel, and it's an Asiatic, and it's originate in North Africa, in Asia, as well. And that's the camel with the two humps, because I think the North American camel, which I think is called a dormery,
it's a dromedary, and it's
dromedary. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. It has one hump. So I just wanted to clear that up because I keep hearing that. And then when I did the research, and I'm like, oh, well, look at this. Why don't nobody mention this, right? So yeah, so there's two types of camels. You have one with a single hump, which is a dromedary, and then you have a Bactrian camel, which is two hump. That camel originated in North Africa. It's even on the Egyptian walls, I think, in the Beni Hassan tomb. I think they have images of camels, if I'm not mistaken. And on the Sinai inscription, one of the Sinai inscriptions, I think they got a guy on a camel on there too. Don't quote me on that. Maybe it's a horse, maybe it's a cattle. I believe it's a.
What was the reason we're talking on this part, though? I forgot.
Oh, no. So yeah, I was the brother. He got up here and he mentioned where do camels originate? Like it was problems with the biblical narrative, and he was saying something about the camel thing. People use that argument to say, oh, the camels originate in North America, so they go into the camels and the corn and all that other stuff. But it's explanations for that. But anyway, Napah, I wanted to ask you, Sister Napah, abiogenesis. Can you explain that? Because from my understanding, that's abiogenesis. That means life starting by itself.
Yeah, like, well, in a nutshell, yeah.
Yeah. So and that's the what you gravitate to as far as evolution, correct?
Do I subscribe to that, you said, or what? No, well, I was getting ready to call and she's back. Okay. No, I say it. Ask me again about abiogenesis. I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
trying
Can
to.
you explain abiogenesis and your stance on it?
Abiogenesis would be life forming in environments where there wouldn't be any evidence of or reason off, with the layman's eye, or why it would form, like inorganic uh elements coming together and forming the building blocks of life. So when we, and Naphtali's back, when we hear about an intelligent designer, or a divine designer, that's not a stretch for me. About, when the sister said the breath of life, I can still subscribe to the process of how life began, even if I know, for me as a believer, so to speak, well, a believer, a theist, I say, okay, there was design. The way it went is how we know it in science, which is life beginning without anything, in an inorganic, with inorganic elements, right? But I understand that that is the creation from the Elohim, which, when it says breathe the breath of life, there's a lot of, I could get into that's a whole conversation in itself. But ultimately, the Elohim, he fell off. The Elohim orchestrated and put together that process of abiogenesis and the production of life. So he's gone. I don't know what happened. He dropped off, but you're back, Naphtali. You came in. He was asking me again about my take on abiogenesis. So, yeah, what do you think? I mean,
I'm sorry, my computer was really doing like this flashing. I was frozen. It was just really bad. So I just left out and came back. So it's back normal
okay,
now. Sorry about that, guys.
that's fine because mine does it too. Mine's about to start acting up. So the brother came in and he asked me, when you caught the end of it. He said, abiogenesis, what is my definition, and what do I think about it with human beings? And yeah, that's it. That's it. GDN, do you want to respond to me, and then maybe ask Naphtali a question? Oh, wait,
Yes.
wait. Before you go, are you going to get your ticket for our debate on the 14th?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It looked promising. I had a evolution versus creation debate myself a few months. Well, what was it? About
When
a
you
year
say
ago,
you're
last
working
Can
year.
on it,
I ask you a
what you
question? I
mean?
don't see your name.
It's GDN Capone.
Capone.
Yeah,
What's holding you
Shalom.
back? What would be holding you back from wanting to see our debate, if I may ask?
Yeah, let me hear too.
No, it looks promising. It looks promising. Um, I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm definitely going to tune in.
So you are going to get your ticket.
Yes.
Okay, you don't. Why are you so shy? You
I
don't want
said
to.
I'm working on it, but
Oh, he's working on it
I'm definitely
financially. I hear you.
intrigued.
I hear you.
I love debates. I love the whole new information, especially when it comes to evolution and creation. Because I gravitate to the Bible myself. So,
Okay.
Okay.
and that's
Well,
what I was going through the about Adam, right? The one thing that made Adam different was the breath of life. Oh damn, I said it too quick. I put the car before the hook. But anyway, so the one thing that made Adam different from the creation, beside of him being made in God's in his creator's image, was that he breathed the breath of life into him and he made him eminent, meaning he gave him life. If other than that, Adam would have been just some clay or some just a statue, an idol.
that's right. And that's what I mentioned, that I don't know if you came in after I had mentioned that, but I had brought that up. Is the fact is that that's what separates us. Is the fact that the Most High uh, put his breath into our lungs. So that's what separates us. And also the creatures and the beasts of the field were all created on separate days, and us being human beings, he created us in his image. And so I was, so it's going to, like I said, um I'm going to be talking more, and I'm going to give you more, a little bit more insight on what I'm going to be talking about, is how, you know, we need to compare religions here, how both evolution is a religion and how creation science versus evolutionary science. That's what it's going to be about, pretty much. The evolutionary tale and how it's religious. And Napah is actually bringing that out because she's linking that to her religion, it's because it is a religion in which creation's narrative stands tall. It doesn't have to actually be proven biblically. It's going to have to be proven, like you would say, scientifically, tested off of what we see, what's operational, what's observable. So
Can
that's
I
what we're going to be sharing. We're both going to be sharing that information.
can I ask you a question and then I'll drop down?
Oh, you can stay on and ask as many questions as you like.
Okay, so I just want to be fair, so I want to ask you this question. So when you was mentioning about Charles Darwin following this sacred occulted and ancient Babylonian slash Sumerian religion or cult, right? Um, when you allude to that, is it possible that he could? Well, what evidence do you have of him following the Anunnaki tale,
Who
aside
exactly?
from the story being the same?
You said who you say that again, restate that again.
Yeah, what evidence do you have of Darwin following Charles Darwin following
Mhm.
or basing Darwinism on uh the Babylonian origin?
Oh, well, that is a great question. Let me tell you how. Darwin is actually an agnostic. So Darwin believed that there was a creator. Now, just because you are an agnostic doesn't mean that you believe in the Bible, but that does mean that you do believe in a creator. He wasn't an atheist. So when we look at the Sumerians, for instance, a lot of people like to say the Sumerians were the inventors of writing. They were the ones who came up with the wheel. They're pretty much are the progenitors, or the Babylonians, for instance. They're the ones who came up with, the narrative that there was a soup that mankind came out of, and that their gods came down and they created man from apes. Where did Darwin get that from? Darwin came much later, and what he did was he just read that narrative and he took it on. The only thing is that when you want to get esoteric, they took out the gods. They hid the gods. And actually, if you really want to get esoteric, the Catholic Church teaches theistic evolution. They've always kept, everybody always says, if you look into it, Babylon is always said to be the Catholic Church. Catholic Church has never stopped worshiping their gods. If you look at the days of the weeks, they're still named after the gods. And guess what? This story, this so-called narrative, goes all the way back to the Sumerians or the Babylonians. And the Babylonians have always taught that they made life from apes. He wasn't the first one to come up with it. It's actually multiple people that came up with the narrative of people coming from apes, but the Babylonians are the ones that came up with it first. The
Hmm.
Egyptians, that's why it's called Pan-Babylonianism. It's called Pan-Babylonianism because the Egyptians believe it, the Sumerians, as well as the Persians, the Assyrians, the Chaldeans, all of them, the Canaanites, all of them share the same narrative.
Um. Hmm.
Yeah.
Pan is that an actual thing? Pan Babylonianism,
Yes, that is. You should
or is
Google it.
that something that you're classifying it as?
I'm not classifying it. If you just ask your AI on your phone right now, just ask it, what is Pan-Babylonianism? It'll tell you.
Okay.
I
So,
just didn't make that
because
up.
when you got Pan African, because Pan means all,
Yes.
right? is
Mhm.
also a deity, right? We know that. But Pan represent all. So when you say Pan African, it means all of Africa, or you
Yes.
know.
So when
So
you
you
gotta
say,
look at Babylon, I want to cut you off so we can get to the. I know what you're saying. I just want to hurry up and get to the point.
mhm,
So when you go back into the book of Genesis, when you go back into, for instance, Nimrod, he's the one that created Babylon, right? He was the first progenitor of it. And it says they were all in one they all spoke one tongue, they all were one people, right? They all had the same belief, they all were one, they all were united because they all believed in the same narrative. What did the Most High do? Is he spread them all across the earth, and he changed their tongue. He changed everybody's language because he was causing confusion, because he wanted everybody to get out of that, snap out of it, and spread them all apart. However, what's ended up happening is that that's all starting to take place again. Everybody is now under the same narrative. They call it the Catholic Church, and they call it so-called Christianity. I'm going esoteric on you guys right now, but evolution. They took away the gods, and now it's only for a small group of people to know that this is actually the same thing. If you really think about it, if you really want to get technical, I mean, think about it. If you go like this, you start off from a salty soup, and then you were created from an ape. That's the same narrative that the Babylonians, the same narrative that the Egyptians, the Chaldeans, all of them all teach the same thing. Only thing Darwin did was just took out the gods. But that's just not for us common folks to know. He always said he was agnostic. He never not believed in a God. He just didn't tell us that. But if you really go back into Zachariah Stitchin exposed that, and he told us that the
I'm sorry.
you're good, Napah. And if you want to cut in, cut in. The Sumerians already knew this. This stuff is all,
mhm.
it's nothing new under the sun, right? Nothing new under the sun. Um, did subhuman species exist? Yes. We see it with the Neanderthal. We see it with the Denisovan. Did they have rhesus monkey found in people? Yes. But that's not everybody's story. I speak on, like I said, um, you go into the Paracas, Peru, they have skulls of these elongated giant skulls. They don't even understand where, what, why, how. It's very interesting. And I did a video on it. You should check out my channel and subscribe, and check out my video on the Anakim. It's very interesting. It's
Yeah, I
all,
seen your video on the Hittites. I
did
think it was
you? You
the
see?
Hittites.
And that's the thing about it. I know my sister Napah don't agree with me with the Canaanites. I don't know why people see. The one thing I have with my Israelite brothers and sisters is that nobody has an issue with Shem being a variety of colors, right? That you look at the 12 tribes chart, everybody, even white people are Shem, right? They
That's
so
that's a that's a that's another discussion.
But I'm just saying, I gotta say it, right? Esau is so-called white man, so he's Shem. Shem goes to the Asians. Shem goes to the Native Americans, the Hispanics, the so-called blacks. Shem is everybody, but Ham only is African. I no. No. It doesn't. And then you have no real proof. But we actually have the Canaanites are so they have preserved their information, like you see with the Hittites. The language we speak right now goes back to the Hittites. So
Well,
it's so interesting how people don't want to wake up to it.
So can I ask you a question? Okay,
Quickly.
with the Canaanites.
I want to ask my last question too. My bad, brother. I just want to ask my last question too
Go
after
ahead.
you finish. Go ahead.
So look, okay, the with the camels, I want to just address that. The camels.
Oh, the camel.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it originated North America, then went to Africa, but it originated in the lands of the West Mississippi River.
Which camel?
The camel species, period. Then it evolved. You speaking on like we was just talking about
The, the,
evolution.
the point that I was making is that when people bring up this thing about the camel, is because the Bible mentioned camels in Genesis. I
But
think it's like
the
Genesis
camels wasn't
14.
even over there then.
That's my point. You see that statement you just made? That's called over generalization. You can't do that.
Yeah,
'Cause- hold on,
that's
hold
what
on.
I'm saying.
Listen, brother. That's a fallacy. You can't do that because
Okay.
let me tell you why. Because you have to research the evidence. I mean, you have to research the information. Now, what I mean by that is, I can show you an African camel. I mean, I can show you a camel in North Africa, in
North
Asia.
Africa. But
Listen,
then
listen.
you
Hold on. I
gotta
can show you.
understand.
I can
Uh,
show you a camel that they was utilizing during that time that the Bible says they was utilizing them.
but what age was they utilizing the
The
camels, man?
second
Because
millennium
they got
BC.
no. This is six. This is six BCE. Is
What
where
is
the
this?
camel. Uh huh.
Go ahead. Go
The
ahead. I
way
want to hear you out.
the camel in America 6 BCE.
Uh,
So where what I'm saying, and then you do your
so
research on the
okay, I'm
camels,
gonna
man.
tell. So I can't. I'm on the phone, so I can't share a screen. So I'm asking
Yeah.
Nepal.
Do
I'm
a
asking
simple
her
Wikipedia. Do that and
to
read it
pull up
and see
something
what it says.
general about these two camels: the North American camel and the Bactrian camel, which originate in North
The
Africa.
North, but bro, you got to understand the crossbreeding with the camel.
What does originate mean? I don't mean it that way.
The
I don't mean it that way.
origin,
Listen, originate mean that's the origin of it.
the origin of the camel came from North America,
All right,
from
hold on, hold
America.
on, hold on. Everybody, hold on. This is the ladies' show, so y'all should be asking the
Uh,
questions, man.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. I got
The
a
link,
Well.
the
question.
link, the link to get the tickets for the debate is right in the chat. Um, so I'm gonna ask you, brother Williams, are you
Yeah,
coming to see the debate, brother?
man, for
Official or
sure,
regular?
for sure. I'm what?
What about you, Capone?
Yeah,
Man, hey, you
like I
gotta.
told the sisters, I'm working on it. Most
I
high
got
willing, I will
receipts
be there.
I got
Yo,
receipts
yo, one at a
that
time,
I'll
brother.
be.
One at a time. Capone, what about you?
I said I'm working on it. Most high willing, I'll be there.
Man, I got receipts that I'll be at
It's
them
a very,
shows,
it's a
man.
very good topic, and that's why I want to ask the sister Nathalie here my last question, if y'all don't mind.
All right, hold on, hold
No,
on.
no,
I want
please
y'all to know
ask.
that
That's what I'm here for. Ask away.
the debate is going down. Don't think the debate is going to be canceled. We just go through a little rough edges to get to know things. That's all. But the debate is going down. There's no one
And
jumping out
and
of the debate. Make no mistake about that.
and so that's what sold me because they've been going at each other's throats.
So you already know the debate. See, when the debate come, you ain't gonna get none of this stuff that y'all see on the regular. The debate is going to be professional. They're going to have their time set, and that's it. And you ain't going to see none of the stuff that y'all seeing now. It's going to be just
Man,
these
that's
two
what
debated before, so it ain't like they did
they
the same thing before. But when the debate come, that's when they get professional. Both of them.
man, they
I know
face
you
off.
understand
They
that.
face off been nice, man. They face off been nice.
Yeah.
It's been nice. I'm telling you. That's why I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get this one.
Okay. So,
Months later.
brother, go ahead. You can ask Naphtali your
Thank you,
question.
Sonetta. Thank you, Meter.
All right, so sister Nathalie, all right, this the last question. So let me just preference it. Though I agree with you about it being a secret cult, Babylonian cult that Charles Darwin and others are part of when they go into this whole evolution thing. With no evidence, I can't say that, right? So That's why I asked you what evidence did you have. Now this is the question here. Do we have is it like, so when we're researching these events and from these narratives, we start to find things scientifically, anthropologically, linguistically, archaeologically. We start to find these things. So now, what I'm asking you is it possible that Charles Darwin found something? He found the he found scientifically what the Babylonian text was saying about how they genetically modified apes. I hope that wasn't too long-winded.
No, you're fine. I get what you're saying. I'm very patient. Um, yes, there's tons of evidence out there. The sad thing is that a lot of people like myself who are really studied and really know about the anthropological archaeological evidence that's out there to support it, don't come over here and teach you guys. But the thing is that there's tons of biblical archaeology as well as information out there that showcases that there is a cover up that's taking place. This is not based off of feelings. This is based off of facts. Because the thing is, they want to make it seem like man back in the day. This is how you know. They want to teach us that man back in the day were primitive when these people were actually highly advanced. They want to teach us that everybody back then were so primitive, like the Egyptians, like they were these primitive people. When you look at the Great Pyramid and how it aligns exactly in the center of the earth, how are they able to achieve that? And how they know of the astronomy and astrology, all of that was started with chemistry. Chemet comes from chemistry. These people were very intelligent. They possessed electricity. You go into these tombs, they talk about people, they like to talk about God of the gaps. I like to talk about time of the gaps, because they try to make it like everything happened because of time. Oh, well, they got these big old huge megalithic blocks, and they are so finely shaved down, and they say, well, yeah, they took their little hammer and nails, and they just was in their rocks, and they were just chiseling this stuff down. It took them 1,000,000 years, 20 million years, whatever they want to come up with. It just sounds ridiculous. These people had technology. All they did was they're just covering it up, and they're telling us lies. The Egyptians had electricity. I watched the brother I Show Speed. He actually streamed at one of the pyramids, and it's like, how were they even able to see inside there? You couldn't have no candles burning, no fire. Where's the oxygen? It's just it's just so make believe. They had electricity, they possessed the knowledge, they had the abilities, they found it. You look into was it Hagar? You look into her temple, you see the light bulbs, the light bulbs on the wall, on the Egyptians wall, the hieroglyphs, and they look like light bulbs, and they want to tell me and you that they didn't possess this technology. It's all there. It's a cover up. They want us to believe these people were dumb and then everybody got smarter. However, there was something called a great reset. The Most High resetted everything, and everything started back after the Ice Age. So, it's a lot. Like I said, I'm new school. I teach a new school of thought. I'm not alone. There's a lot of us out here teaching it. It's just that nobody's teaching it from a person saying that the Black people are Israelites and all of this. It's a lot with me, because I say we're the Israelites and they're the Canaanites. I know it's very touchy, but I have evidence to support it. And I'm waiting on my contender to debate me on that too. Anybody?
Hey,
I
real quick, I
want
want to get out of here. Y'all doing great. I want to get out of here. But Napah, I thought we made it, man. I thought you had Miles McBride up here for a minute. I was like, yo, you got Miles McBride up here? You know what I'm saying?
Miles McBride. I don't know who
I
Miles
said, oh,
McBride
you got
is.
one of my best New York Knicks up here. My man right here look just like Miles McBride.
Nah,
Well,
nah. So man, I jumped up because the sister that just got done spoken, that
how
was
many
speaking or
people tell you
whatever.
that, brother?
Nah, I never heard that before. That was the
Well,
first
look,
I know,
look at
but it's an honor. I
McBride
guess
right here.
it's coming
Look at
from
McBride. Look at
Side of
McBride.
Great.
Look at
Hey, it's coming from
McBride.
Side of Great. I guess it's an
Look
honor.
at
It's an
McBride.
honor.
Look at
But
you.
look, hey, no,
And
no,
look
no.
at
But look, though,
McBride.
look. I'm just me. I'm just me. I ain't that nigga.
I
You
know.
feel
I
me?
got
Okay.
I'm
you.
just
I
me.
feel you.
But you know, I mean, I guess it is an honor coming from Side of Great because I do want to give you your flowers while you're here for sure because like people like Captain Cesariak, people like Napah as well. Like I seen her on Real Street Stars or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I've been watching her obviously on the House of Consciousness and watching her, her grow here. But people like I was saying before, Captain Cesario, that have like they got a crazy platform now, but they came from the House of Consciousness. Shaka Atmos, either brother Reggie, he has his ways, and Apostle as well. They got their ways, but they came from the House of Consciousness. And what people are starting to do now, I see that you've been doing, like you were the forefront of like Black excellence at its best in New York City, ground zero, making Hebrew Israelites go against people that are comedic, making comedic people talk about the Bible, like you know what I'm saying. And like now that's like the popular thing to do. Like even when you see with Don Lemon, in the aspect that's kind of like taken from what you created, right? These
But you
people
want
are
to
like
know
they were
something,
on
brother?
CNN, now they at ground zero,
Check it out, brother. You
huh?
want to know something? People was getting mad at me because I was attacking the Hebrews. But when you really look at it, Sarnetta in the House of Consciousness is the one that really made the Hebrews relevant. I
That make
made
that shit
them
relevant.
relevant,
That's what
man.
I'm saying.
Nobody now, when
That's
you
a
look at
fact.
it now, everybody want to debate the Hebrews. Everybody want to interview
That's a
them.
fact.
Look at
That's a fact.
Tazariot going all over the world. I made the Hebrew Israelites
All over the world, they
relevant.
putting in. A lot of people don't know that he
Nobody
came
can take
from
that from me.
right here. He came from
Yeah,
right here. You feel me? So that's what's
yeah.
up. Even like look.
Hey,
I mean,
Don, you're the
they've
reason
been
why
talking
some
about
people
this.
is Hebrews too.
Yeah.
No. This ain't got nothing to do with this is more so like just giving the brother flowers while he here for sure. Cause he created something great, but also he don't get the recognition for what he created. Like even right now, they still bringing up Brother Polite. Sinetta created that monster, but at the
That's
same
right.
time, he created that greatness as well. He
Right.
created that greatness. That's greatness. Brother Polite was genius. He did some
Yes.
fucked up shit. That's a human being. You can't control that shit. But at the
Right.
same
No,
time,
it's
it
no
came from
person.
the House of Consciousness.
Thank you,
So
brother. I appreciate it.
yeah. I do want to just leave. I'm gonna leave with this. The sister was saying something which I thought was very kind of like I thought it was in the realm of what I was already studying and stuff like that. Even when you look at Jeffrey Epstein and things of that sort, even a lot of people like Alex Jones might talk about it. They might call him conspiracy, whatever, pseudo, whatever. But a lot of people, David Icke, a lot of people, these people talk about visible light and things of that sort. What you can see in one realm, in the spiritual and things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? I think we should do like a topic on that. If somebody want to debate about that, we could debate about that, do a little research, do a little history, we could debate about that and go in depth. But yeah, I was just giving Sai his flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of niggas don't really be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this motherfucker made a realm for people to come here and talk about and debate debate the Quran with the Bible. Like that wasn't really going on. Like motherfuckers were really dying and killing behind, unaliving each other behind this shit. Like that shit wasn't really going on before
Can
SARS.
you
So
try not to
I
use the
just want to throw that
profanity?
out there.
It's not just that YouTube will put the algorithm off for us. But go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize,
It's fine.
Mr. Nepal.
That's okay. So I appreciate the flowers that you give your son Netter and the props. So you've been watching for some time. I'm assuming I'm asking everybody when they hit the panel. So is Naphtali, are you gonna be in the house on the 14th to see us debate?
Yeah, so if I'm not busy, you know what I'm saying, handling obviously outside stuff, I definitely will be in the building. Trying to find out how I can
Awesome.
get some tickets or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I want to support it because
Oh, the link is in the
I've been
chat
watching
for the
a lot of
tickets.
the debates. Huh?
I'll drop the link in the chat for everybody if you want to get the tickets. I'm just saying I'm dropping the link in the
Okay,
chat. Go ahead.
for sure.
So you said you wanted to ask a
Well,
question to Naphtali?
I would
Oh
hey,
no,
either from
well, she's really. I did want to ask her a question because she's really in touch with her feminine, like how she because one of the brothers was explaining something, and he kind of like took me for a loop. He was like all over the place, but then she kind of came in there with that gentle, woman's care, and that's kind of like what the world needs. Obviously, we need women because stuff like that, like your mother, it's stuff that your mother can teach you that your father can't. You know what I'm saying? And it's things that a woman can do for you that a man can't. You know what I'm saying? So she came in here with a very soft touch voice, very soft spoken, but also even if people didn't understand what was going on, she kind of broke it down and got back into the realm of what he was trying to get at. But prior to her saying that, it was a conversation that she was having that I thought it was more so like, talking about the unexplained, the interdimensional stuff. You know what I'm saying? Talking about like, okay, if you go get your calculator, like even on the Epstein files, Epstein talk about it. If you go get your calculator, you type in what's 1 divided by 0, it's undefined, it doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? That's the peak what Isaac Newton used to talk about, going to the level of, we can get close to God, but we can't be God. You know what I'm saying? Like that limit. Like we don't know. It's things that you can't explain. Numbers don't explain everything. You know what I'm saying? Words don't explain everything. It's things that are undefined and you can't explain. And I thought that she was kind of like, peeking and getting into that realm because when you, like I was saying before, when you talk about visible light, it's a realm that's there, that we kind of don't understand yet. Science doesn't explain it, but it's happening. It's a phenomenon. They call it dark matter, quote unquote. But it's things like that we can't really explain. So I thought she was getting into that realm, and I wanted to jump there with her, but I think that it should be somebody. If you want to come up and talk about it, debate, you know what I'm saying, or we can have like a little party about it, I guess, on like what we're doing now, and we'll find somebody that want to debate me about it, or we'll do our little homework and have a debate about that because I think that's a whole nother realm that hasn't been explored. So I want to kind of go there with it.
What topic is that? You want to talk about the ancient technology in the past, something like that? Because mentioned
Correct,
Alex.
correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah, like the Anunnaki, like even if you're talking about Gilgamesh, if you're talking about the Nephilim,
Yeah,
things of that
that's
sort, the
more
Sharu.
that's my speed. That's my channel. You should go on over and subscribe to Naphtali's New School of Thought. That's my background. Is I talk like I have a video on the Anakim, being the offspring of, because they call them the sons of Anak, and the Anak were the giants. So the Anak were the
Mhm.
Nephilim, and the Anakim are the sons of that. And I talk about that and how they found these giant skulls, and how those skulls were actually found in the Middle East and Europe, and also here in the so-called South America, in Peru. And they've done the genetic DNA testing, and they all came back with red hair, and they all were what you would call Caucasian. So
Right.
I talk
Hmm.
about all of that, and I break down. Well, it's no need to shake your head if you haven't seen the information, because
No, I
I
definitely heard about the red hair. The red hair. There's actually a tribe that follows that. And there's an older woman. I believe she's like 98. She's like recorded at 98 to be wearing, quote unquote, the hair of giants, wearing the red hair, and
yeah,
they're
the
like in
red.
like a indigenous tribe. Yeah, they're
Really,
an
yeah,
indigenous tribe.
yeah. They
Yeah, I
actually
want to
have
get into that. I want to get into
blood
that.
blockade.
Everybody want to get
They
into
said
that.
they have a handprint of the giant, but they said they had went in and they had shaved it off, and they pretty much destroyed the site. So people were talking about
Hmm.
this cave, and people were going to go see it, and then they ended up destroying it. So that's why I was trying to tell the gentleman that there is a agenda going on as far as them trying to keep the knowledge esoteric, trying to keep it hidden, only for a small few to understand. Um, you say red hair is not Caucasian. Well, they did DNA. It doesn't have to be all the time, but
I was wondering where you went at Nepal.
when they did the DNA analysis on these skulls, red hair comes from Europe. I'm not crazy. The DNA speaks for itself. If you guys are into science and you're into
Yeah,
hardcore
yeah. You
fact,
gotta get into science. You gotta really get into science. She's right. She's right.
people want to get up here and tell me and look at me when now I didn't do this. This wasn't me. This wasn't done by any. This was done by real scientists and real geneticists. So if we really want to get technical, this was not
Right.
done by. This is not based off of
so
what
okay.
This is Tessa
It
Wait,
was,
wait,
disaster.
hold on, because I didn't want to
Hold
cut
on,
her off.
wait,
hold
Before you
on.
go
Let's
back,
let him get in here.
wait,
Let's
hold
let him
up.
get in. Let's let Meter make
Uh,
a comment so she can respond. You guys can respond to
before
him because
you, we gonna get real
Meter, I'm
technical
trying
here.
to let them tell you
Oh,
to
go
talk.
ahead.
Why do you
I'm
do
sorry.
that, Meter? You've been on here so many years. Why do you talk go ahead, Meter. Just go ahead. Go ahead, Meter. Go ahead and talk.
I'm sorry, Napah.
Yeah, go ahead and
No,
respond to
okay,
what the sister said, and then we'll hand the mic
Hold
back to
on,
everybody.
Mira. Let me say
okay.
better.
You
Let me say
said, you said red hair. Okay, that's just for European. Okay, what about blue eyes?
yes, they have they
So I'm talking about. Hold on, we going scientific, and then I want you to look this up. Everybody have melanin, but everybody don't have neuromelanin. So therefore, if you are a person of neuromelanin and have blue eyes, that's just of nature. But if you of a person with just melanin with blue eyes, where do them blue eyes come from? And look that up. Look that up.
Okay, let's let
Because
him respond.
and I guess what it come back to, it was come from a line of incest of
okay.
Caucasian.
Well, the thing is,
What?
are you familiar with Cheddar Man?
Man, that's crazy, isn't it? Because two blue eye Caucasians can't have a green eye, brown eye, none baby.
Are
Right,
you
right,
familiar
right.
Period.
So this is
Cheddar?
No, I'm talking
Mr.
about
Paul
period.
and
If
Sister Sally, we got a
if
debate.
I was
So
Wait,
I
Caucasian,
just
just don't
if I was
stop. Meter, did you
if I
just
was
say
Caucasian,
two blue-eyed
if
Caucasian people? Just
Caucasian
forget about the
can't
Caucasian
never.
part. Wait, hold on.
Well,
Two blue-eyed people.
that's not your baby.
Oh
Can't
my
they
God.
can't
Dear
I think he's
God.
not
look
as
it up, the ball. I'll be telling you some. I'll be
Look what
telling you
up.
some stuff.
I'll just hear a bunch of
Look it
just all
up.
talking.
Look
I
it
think
up.
You
Look
just
it
keep
up.
talking.
Look
It's
it up.
wild. Why do you keep
yeah.
talking? Why?
So
Please,
okay.
I heard you.
so
Let me ask the clarifying question, and I'm going to go out. I was trying to see what he said. Did you say two blue-eyed people can't have a green-eyed child? That's all I wanted to ask. You just kept talking. Meter, is that what you
They can't.
said?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead, everybody. Go, Naphtali or whoever. I just needed
Okay,
to
I
ask
see
you
some
that question.
comments in the section. I just want to address them really quickly. Paul Netter. You say, do you have no proof of giants? That's not true. I actually do. They're not photoshopped. Look up the
no.
Peruvian giants, Paracas Peruvian skulls, okay? Paracas, okay?
Hey, right,
They say
right.
I'm crazy. People who
Look up.
say,
Look.
go ahead, Armor Channel. I don't know what's your name on the.
Oh, I mean, I'm really. This is like my gaming channel. I'm actually the Telescope channel, Mr. Telescope. But you can look up the Cador Giants, which are like they're red hair giants. And then as far as the red hair goes, I'm gonna make this one point, and then I'll make another point. But as far as the red hair goes, is if these people were the first people to actually inhabit the earth, and they were giants, they were some of these people were 11 meters tall, even 11-foot tall, things of that sort. Obviously taller than us, and they were prior and prehistoric as far as us. You can't really question that if they were white, black, or Spanish or whatever the case is, because ultimately what we know is all life and all race came from black people. So it probably was black people with orange hair. And to this one point, I also do want to say is black people like you can have an albino black person with blonde eyes and blonde hair that will make a blonde eye and blonde hair baby, as well as you can have a black person with red hair. You feel me? I've seen black people with red hair and freckles and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they can make a red hair and freckle baby. These are not things that the European can actually duplicate and do. They can't make a black baby with freckles and red hair. You know what I'm saying?
Who
They can't
can?
make an
Who can?
albino baby.
Who
No,
can't?
no, I'm saying the white man, the Euro cannot do that. That they can't do
Can't
that.
do what?
Sometimes
Can't do
somebody
what?
had put this. Can you click on this Ola Rishna Creole 504? They
I don't
actually.
really.
Yeah,
I don't. If it's
I'm
negative, I
just
don't
saying.
want to
I'm just saying
really. You know.
they come from
It's
Hold
us.
not
on,
I'm
sir.
just
negative.
saying like they come from us.
Wait a minute, everybody. Hold on, brother.
It's not
Many
negative.
were
They're
destroyed or
saying
lost. Okay, go ahead.
1911.
You want to respond to that? Is that what you're saying? This
No,
one?
I was talking about the Ola Rishna Creole. They
Yeah,
had
that's
said,
it. That's
but they
him. I
had
could
said something
understand.
about in 1911, miners in Lovelock Cave, Nevada,
Oh,
discovered mummified human remains with reddish hair, that's what I was
oh.
talking about.
Yeah,
They
and
actually.
also look, if we're gonna talk science, I just want to say this too. To her point, if you
But
go
I
to the
want to
specific,
address that information you just gave. But let me do what she
wait, hold
asked.
on. Before we go there, but I just want to say the
No, it's not.
Smithsonian hides a lot of knowledge. The Smithsonian
Okay,
hides a
yeah.
lot of knowledge. It is known. It's known without a lot of people that's in that type of field. People that are in the community of studying archaeology and bones and things of that sort. The Smithsonian hides a lot of knowledge, and it actually has became law that they don't. It's not mandatory that they let you know what's going on besides like behind the walls. Like if you have bones and skeletons which have been found in people's backyards of giants. You can look it up. You can Google it, whatever. AI, Chat GBT, whatever. It will show up. It has been human remains found that are larger than normal that have been found, and the Smithsonian hides it, right? So that's one and another thing. But go ahead, Nepal. Go ahead. It's an honor to talk to you as
Thanks a
well. I
lot.
want to say that.
I appreciate you letting me go ahead. Thank you. What were you saying about both of you and Meter was saying something about people and their phenotype and them not being able to
No, no, no,
produce a
no.
certain offspring? You went all the way off. What is it? Well, say
No,
it
no, no,
again.
no. So me and him were saying two totally different things. Actually, I am on the opposition side of what he presents to the table. He was saying like well they had red hair. These are Europeans. I was saying more so well you have black people that are not Europeans that have red hair. You have black people that have blonde hair and blue eyes, but you can't have both, right? You can have a white person make a black person. A black person definitely can make a white person though. That was my stance.
That's
So
not
we were
even,
talking
that's
about
not
two.
true though. That's not true.
That's
When you're
kind of
talking
somewhat
about
is true. That kind
science,
of somewhat is true because look, if you think
you know
about it
what's
over
weird?
time, right,
When
Nepal?
I'm talking, have you noticed this? I'm talking, then you start talking. But go ahead. Just say what you need to say, and then when you're done, I'll talk.
No. All right, no, look, I'll tell you this, look, because I seen you do this a lot to side and only
Yeah,
show a
no,
lot.
I don't care who
But
you see
I'm
me
gonna
do
let
it
you
to.
talk.
You just talk because when I start talking, you start
All right,
talking
all right, all
again.
right,
And guess maybe it's
I'll
me.
speak,
Guess what?
I'll speak.
Maybe people do that to me a lot, and I point it out more than others. So you don't need to talk about what you see me do to my husband. Just get back to the point where I was. You were saying white people can't make a black baby, and that's what you're saying, right? Get back on the information, please. Is that what you said? Both of you are wrong. Let me just say that. Both of you are wrong if you're talking about science.
Look, all right, so I want to say this, all right. I don't want this to be a hostile conversation. We gotta, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
not
I
hostile. I
want us
know you
to,
want somebody to be
yeah,
gentle toward
I
you,
want you.
like a mother.
I love the
But
feminine. I love the
I'm
feminine
just
Paul. I
saying,
love
can we get
the
on the
Paul that's
information
like
though?
very
Can we do
feminine.
the information though, brother? Can we get the information? I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
for sure.
talk
Yeah, for
about
sure.
anything personal. So you said, I'll even let you repeat yourself, but when you stop talking and I start talking, and I'll do the same. I'll try to, because I might interrupt you one time. So you remind me. You said something about white people can't make a black baby. I'm going to let you repeat yourself, and then I'd like anybody to come in. It doesn't have to be me. It can be Naphtali, because
Well,
okay. Go ahead.
yeah.
Say what you said again.
I see you. All right, so I see you more so harboring on the point of white people can't make a black baby. No, what I was
No.
saying was is the brother made it. The brother made a statement. She made it originally. This was the conversation, like the brother Cesariak says, and I commend him for that shit because he made a point. Like you got to put that shit on the shirt. Listening is an art, right? So it first started. The conversation first started off as the brother saying that, like, look, Europeans have red hair and it couldn't have been no giants and things of that sort. That's when the sister Nepali was reading in the chat room, right? So what I was saying to agree with her as well is you have the I believe they're called the Kendorian giants, which they went in the cave. Navy SEALs went in the cave. You have 6 Navy SEALs that have passed away on a 12 team. 6 Navy SEALs, half of the team has passed away. They went in there. They found red hair. They found chains. You have skeleton bones that have been hidden and also been found. Skeleton bones been hidden by the Smithsonian, and also skeleton bones been found in people's backyard. The land has been taken away because of these type of things. And if you're doing history on these type of things, you'll kind of see the pattern. And I'm just throwing out a different narrative versus like the biblical and the whole
Oh my
Hebrew and
goodness.
Christian dialogue or whatever. But yeah, that was my take. That was my whole take on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, giants do exist. It is a lot that the government obviously doesn't tell us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you just believe in everything that's been put in front of you in the government and shit like that, you got to ask yourself about COVID. We was all in the house for almost 2 years. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on outside of that shit.
Can you
And
stop
you know
swearing?
what I'm saying?
Could you stop cursing? Could you stop
Well, I
cursing, please?
apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Maybe my vocabulary is limited. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I'm asking logical questions. I feel like I'm presenting a logical basis. You feel me? I'm
Okay,
not.
Naphtali, did you want to respond to this? Anything he said?
She's
It's
not,
like,
because
Man,
I'm agreeing with her.
I'm sorry.
he everywhere.
Um,
would you
He
like to
everywhere.
respond to anything that he said or
well,
anybody?
just talking about the fact of, that there are, Black people that are found with red hair, and that, there are, but the thing is that um, I don't subscribe to the fact that everybody that has melanated skin, it comes from Black people. Um, all skin folk ain't kin folk, you know what I'm saying? We all, just because an Indian person has dark skin doesn't mean that they're so-called African or so-called Negro. So, and then there was somebody in the chat, Potnetter or whatever. He says that it's all made up and it's all lies. The thing is that we have a lot of gatekeepers out here that wants to keep information from coming out.
Yeah.
It's not, nobody has time for lies. Nobody has time for pseudo. The thing is that we actually have real, actual. He said that is the skeletons are from. That's how you know when someone really knows what's going on, because when you bring up cranial deformation, that's the term that you're referring to. The size of the skeletons, the size of the skulls is twice the skulls of a human. It doesn't matter how many times you do utilize cranial deformation on someone's skull, it doesn't enlarge the skull to the
You see,
capacity
look.
of the
I
size.
do just to bounce off of what you're saying, Natalie. So this is what I meant by when the other brother was talking. He was saying some shit, and like that guy said, he was like, "Oh man, this guy is everywhere,"
My
right?
friend,
So
I
the
mean,
sister,
I'm
she was
jumping in
very wait,
because, brother,
hold on.
no, I gotta just put you in the back because you don't seem to want to listen. So, brother, I'm jumping in because you said a few curse words, and Sonetter as well is very strict about it. Our video will be set down out of the algorithm. You keep cursing. Please try to stop cursing. And I was trying to talk to you, but you said, hold on, hold on, hold on. And so that's why I'm in the back. It's no disrespect. Please stop using the curse words so we could keep this video in the algorithm. Okay. And keep it monetized and people can see it. Thank you. Now you can continue.
No,
It's
I
all
got
good
you. I got
fun.
you.
It's all good
Nah,
fun.
I
It's all
apologize. I come from the streets, you know what I'm saying? But she said something that I feel like what I was cued on before. The feminine in her was able to captivate what I was actually saying and regurgitate it so everybody can understand it, right? She has a very good way with doing that. I think that even when the brother didn't understand, he was like, "Man, this brother all over the place," like, and somebody else would probably would got offended, right? But she was able to, jump in and mediate and say exactly what I meant, and that's what I meant. That was the beginning of the conversation, right? There are human skulls that are larger than normal. before you question, this is to Nepal, you question whether or not black people can white people can make black people. You know what I'm saying? But you have a lot of, I'm not saying they're European or black. You have a lot of people that were here that were giants that had red hair, right? So we don't know where that comes from. My thing is, let's get to the basis of that, right? We should have a debate about that. Let's get to the basis of that. Like, where do these beings come from? Because it happened, right? It may sound very far fetched, but if you think that you're the only humanoid, you're 6 foot tall, because I mean I'm 6'5". So if I'm 6'5", the tallest man right now in the world is 9 foot what 3 or something like that. Speed showed him. Somebody mentioned Speed. Speed showed him on his channel. I'm 6'5". I'm taller than most men when I walk in the room. Niggas is asking me like, "Yo, how tall you is, bro?" You know what I'm saying? Like niggas really intimidated, but they asking me like, "Bro, how tall you is?" You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'5", 273. So I'm a heavy dude when I walk in the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no small, like I'm not a small guy. Feel me? So I know that these type of things existed, as well as it was a major key point that Naphtali she pointed out, is that humanoid structures that I can't really regurgitate the phrase that she said because it was a crazy word, but humanoid structures, which in like skulls, were found that were like bigger than like our skulls, obviously what we have. So I think that is a conversation that should be had. I would love to have a conversation like that with Natalia and let you
Did you get our
moderate.
channel? Okay, you did it. You got our channel information, so you can
Yeah, you got my
subscribe and
channel. You can come on over
okay.
to my channel. I
Yeah,
have
Yes.
for sure. I
this is
could her
more
channel. I
my
Okay.
could her
this
channel.
is more my
Moving
speed.
right
Can
along.
I ask
Hey,
one
but look,
question?
Nepal,
Hey,
Nepal is
excuse me. She was actually trying to. Now you just. She was trying to tell you her channel. And you were. Everybody was talking.
no, everybody talking at the same time. I'm saying,
Do you want to
Auntie
tell your
Nepal, can I
channel
call you
again?
Auntie?
Do you want
God
to try
damn.
it again, Naphtali, to say your channel so you'll know, and everybody else, if we could drop the link. What's the name of your channel? Let's try one more time.
Yes. So my channel is Naphtali's New School of Thought. I actually have a video partner about. I actually have raw footage of them inside of. It's a museum, and they actually have the skulls in their hands, and they actually compare it to the size of an actual human skull, and they actually did DNA analysis on it. So the thing is I actually have a video on it showcasing actual scientists and geneticists who actually went into there and actually got the skeletons, and they also talk about the foramen magnum and how the foramen magnum is not aligned the same way as a regular human being skull, and also how it's like you mentioned, the sutures. The thing is that it's huge. It's like they had to hold the skull with two hands, and these are men, and like I said, and if it makes any, these are actual scientists. So the thing is that cranial deformation, they actually have the skeletons of cranial deformation, of cradle boarding, and then they also have these skeletons of these natural Paracas Peruvian skulls. I can definitely tell that you have not done any research or you're not interested. So the thing is, a lot of gatekeepers are out here. They don't want you all to wake up and get this knowledge. The thing is, like I said, I have actual video footage of them actually within the museum with the skeletons, and they did DNA analysis on the skeletons. If you're actually really interested in it, check out my channel. The video is called The Silence of the Anak, Canaanite Connection Part 5. But
Can I ask a question, please?
Hey, no, wait. Plug your channel as well on your title.
It's
Okay.
Naphtali's New School of Thought. What I do is
Yeah.
I talk about a lot of, like he said, I go into the extraterrestrial as well as science as well as the biblical. So I'm the one that's talking about the extra biblical text. I go into Book of Enoch and I compare the Book of Enoch with the Sumerians. okay, as well as Genesis, all the text. I don't run away from any of it. A lot of these so-called Hebrews will tell you not to read the book of Jubilees, not to read the book of Jasher, not to read the book of Enoch, not to read the Genesis. I tell you to read all of it because all of it is telling the same story. You go into the meta netter, it's all the same story. They all
It's the
worship
same
the
story,
same
right?
gods. They all
So
worship the same gods. The Most High said, choose who you're going to serve. The Most High is the highest. He is the highest. The rest of them are lesser beings, lesser gods. So the thing is either you worship the Most High or you worship the lesser gods. But they do exist. And they did make a creation. Evolution is what they're teaching, but the creators of evolution are the Anunnaki. I mean, if it sounds ridiculous to you, then I don't know why some intelligent beings designing human beings sounds more ridiculous than apes just evolving from fish. Just
see,
out of
see, hey, you hit a key point there because, like, you know why, I don't really believe a lot of these people that be acting like they scholars and stuff like that sort because we none of us really don't know. We trying to figure it out, and you have greats like people like Nepal or Sinetta that are like platforming us and allowing us to speak on this, like bringing us together. Like, oh, you bring your thoughts here, and we have a think tank in this collective thoughts, right? And that's what need to be had. Like nobody shouldn't be mad at somebody for having a different opinion or believing something else. You shouldn't call anybody crazy or dumb because I was always taught growing up in school the number one thing which makes you the smartest guy in the room, not just you thinking you're the smartest guy in the room, is the question. The person that has the question, you can have no knowledge. But if you're the only person that has the question and everybody else got the knowledge in the room, you the smart guy in the room. You know what I'm saying? And I was always taught that, right? Um, if the Bible, if you believe in the Bible and the Bible says that the world was destroyed by having Nephilim and giants in the world, or the serpent, which a lot of people correlate with the devil. That's two different things. The serpent and the devil is two different things, but that's a whole nother story. But a lot of people correlate the serpent with being the evil one, and they don't know about the cherubim. You know what I'm saying? The guardians that guarded the tree of life and the knowledge or whatever. If you question all these things, then you question your Bible. You going against the religion you have, right?
Mhm.
Well, hey,
So I'm just
Natali. Okay. From my understanding, right? It's like you trying to give have a answer for all different traditions and having the Bible as the key to like science and everything because you're trying to explain it through the Bible. But then at the same time, from my understanding, the Bible was compiled with different traditions because you do know that Jesus is not the first savior that didn't have the same uh, biography like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
And the
don't.
first one, well, he wasn't the first that died on the cross. Had disciples. We can go down the list of how Jesus walked,
He
and
wasn't the
he was
first to die
supposed
on
to
the
be.
cross. What do you mean by the
No,
first to
no.
die on the cross? Like crucifixion?
Okay. So yes, crucifixion. 12 disciples rose on 3 days. He was the savior. Okay. He was the last one out of what? How many? 18 or 19, or if I'm not mistaken. And the first one was Harun. So when you go into science, how is you trying to separate what's real and what's not? But then you'll go back to science, and then there go the word. This is what the word says, and then you try to explain it with the word. That don't make no sense.
What you're confusing is, and I keep saying this, and I don't know, like I said, some people don't want to wake up. and that's I can't beat. It's like beating a dead horse. You got to listen to me. Evolution is not science. It's not. Science is tested in a laboratory and is backed by the scientific method. If you can't back, if you can't recreate it within the laboratory and test it with the scientific method, then that's when you start to get in something called faith and belief.
But then
Nobody
you
Right,
know
can
right.
what?
sit there.
Do
Hold
you
on.
know
She
what? Do
on
you know
point, man.
what?
She
Do
on
you
point,
know
man.
what?
I ain't gonna lie. She kicking me.
Hey,
Am
do
I?
you know
She
what
kicking it
else
because
is
look,
a sign?
if it's not a
Listen,
theory,
Hold
wait.
look,
on,
if you
hold
don't have a
on.
Listen,
theory, it's
Pharaoh.
like Isaac Newton. It's like Isaac
Wait.
Newton
Do
with
you know
gravity
what
and
else?
everything. If you don't have
So,
that
so
Anybody.
theory,
do you
bro,
think
you can't
you
Hey,
don't
no
think
one
explain
can
it.
math?
hear anybody.
Hold on,
Nobody can
bro.
hear what you're saying. This might be important. No one can hear what she's saying or the other brother because everybody's talking at once. Now, whoever
So
remembers
you
having the
don't.
mic,
No, no,
meter.
no, for sure. He can talk. He can go ahead. He can talk.
Well,
Nah, he
Go
been
ahead,
what
talk.
talking.
the
He been talking
what
forever.
the? I didn't say that, but when you didn't, did you not hear everybody talking at once?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, why don't you guys try this? We all do it. But when you hear everybody talking at once, be the first one to be quiet so we can get it back in order and
Right.
hand the mic back to you. So go ahead, Meter. I don't even know if it was
So
Naphtali or Meter or who, but whoever had the
I was
mic,
in the middle
please.
of talking and he cut
Yeah,
me
let
off.
her talk. It's our
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Remember
yeah,
Said
yeah. She
that.
was dropping
he
game
was
and then he said something, so I
saying
disagreed.
Oh my
it's not
what?
goodness.
confusion. It's not
So do you think
confusion. It's
math is science?
saying,
Meter,
hold on.
Meter, Meter. I just, she just took the mic back. Brother, come on. You know you're my brother, but chill out and let her talk, please, please, please. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you, Meter. Go ahead,
You
Naphtali.
you said that somebody like New Mindset. You said this is my confusion with the debate, science versus Bible on the topic. They will debunk each other. No, they will not debunk each other. Because the thing is that science actually proves the Bible. Operational observational science, not pseudoscience. Again, evolution is not science. What is science? Science is tested in a laboratory. You guys come back and you say medication. Look at all the stuff. Yes, we can see it. Somebody actually recreated it. We can test it. You can test it on animals like Napah brought up. We can test it on fish. We can test it on monkeys. We can see it. But nobody is able to. That's when we start to get into religion, is when you start to get into the belief. No one has ever seen an ape or any transitional fossil. Okay, we had to talk about the transitional fossils. That's when you have to start to believe. Okay, and then like I said, there are people out here that are creating hoaxes. I don't know if you guys saw my conversation with Nepal before, but I talked about the Lucy bones, that only 40% of Lucy's bones have been discovered. And of that 40%, it's three different animals within Lucy: herself, a baboon, and another animal that's supposed to be like her. Why do they need to add all these bones? And then her pelvis was found fractured. So the scientists took the bones and they glued them together. How did they know what it looked like? And
Yeah, I
grinded
was. Oh,
and
she hit on
grinded
that shit.
them.
Oh, you hit it right on
She
the
had
point.
no knee. She had no knee. She had no knee. So how do they know how she stood up? They took a bone that was found a mile and a half apart, and they when they show her she has a knee. But she didn't have a knee. And
No,
then
I,
she
I
was
I
not
I
moving
seen that. I
around.
seen that with Lucy.
See?
I was like, yo, no, they mixed the bones to
Yeah,
create that
got it.
whole Neanderthal, like
Why?
human came from,
They got all this
yeah,
evidence.
like Homo
2020 with these
sapiens, and it came
so-called
from all of this monkeys and stuff like that. Yeah,
But let
Okay,
her
so let
talk,
me
understand.
ask
man.
a question
of it,
here.
all of it is made up, because the thing is why the best evidence you have is Lucy, and she's only 40% completed. Then when you dig into Lucy, they never even did genetic DNA
She
on her,
compromised. It's
but you got
compromised.
Okay,
But
that share
but
98%, but we
can
I
I
also
add
want to
this
get in
then?
here.
but that
Can I add
2%.
this?
Hey, Nepal, what you gonna say? What Nepal got to say
Can I add
something?
this?
Nepal got to say something.
All
Can
right,
I add this?
uh,
Okay, so
go ahead,
within
brother.
science, within science, would you agree mathematics comes with it?
Huh? No, we
You
can't
said
get off of
what?
Australopithecus.
I'm
We
talking about
can't.
no, 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 no. Hold
No, we're
on.
not
Whoa,
doing that.
whoa,
We're gonna
whoa.
stay right there.
All
Get
right,
back
all
on the
right. We not gonna
topic.
go there, but then at the same time, though,
Hey,
it seems
Nepal,
like you
hey,
pick and
Nepal, you
choose.
was
You
gonna
pick
get up,
and
Nepali. You
choose.
was gonna get up, Nepali, but
Hold
you
on,
didn't
bro.
though.
Hold on,
What you was
bro.
gonna say?
Hold on, bro. You pick and choose what's religion and what's science. You know, and that's not gonna work. Either it's gonna be this or that. If you trying to mash everything together, then that's not gonna work.
No. I'm not trying to mash nothing together. It's just she said a more important point, and she was trying to get a point
She
across, but
wasn't
you
even.
was
I
cutting
don't
her
think he was
off.
talking to you. He wasn't talking to you. I think he was
I
talking
Yeah,
to
wasn't talking.
I was just saying, like, you
Naphtali.
had said something. I want to hear. I want to hear your rebuttal. What you had to say. Like what he was saying was kind of like throwing me off a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. All right.
But then I'm
So
I
just
was.
saying though. But Nepal, when we say science, okay, if you want to say all right, science, and then we can explain religion, which Nathalie trying to do with religion and science and trying to mash it together. How come all the other types of science can't be included? Because all the other religions is included as far as the Abrahamic faith.
Okay.
I mean,
Thank you,
I don't
leader.
think,
I
I
wanna.
don't think
I would like to speak a little bit. Just, I'm not going to be long. So when you mentioned about Lucy, I'm addressing my opponent. Please get the debate tickets. Our debate's coming up on the 14th of March. If you are in here and you're enjoying the build, especially if you're up here on the panel, trying to bogart yourself and hijack the show, you better get your ticket in you. Okay, so I'll drop the link for the tickets. Thank you everybody for being here. I want to say, as far as Lucy, is your position, Naphtali, that Lucy is absolutely just fake? It's not authentic. They did not discover what you're saying is 40% of the Australopithecus. I think she's Australopithecus. I'm sure she is. That particular hominin, you're saying that is not real at all, or you do accept some of the archaeological discoveries? I'm asking you.
Well, Lucy's bones are real. She's just an ape. There's nothing special about her. They want to make it seem like she walked the main reason, and she is ostrich, excuse me, afarensis, whatever. What they try to make about Lucy is the fact is that she was able to walk upright instead of how apes walk. She was trying to be like the first bipedal, I guess. And the thing is, what makes her so unique has been tampered with. Okay. If I told you that I made something from scratch,
Hey man, I got Napoleon. I got Natalia in the debate, man. My ticket's gonna get bought tonight.
so
Y'all
when you
make
look
sure y'all
at
get y'all ticket.
Come on, man.
when you
Let
look
her
at
talk.
how their main this is their main go-to as far as the transition, like transitional fossils. When you look at how they try to say that she was bipedal.
This gonna be a battle. This gonna be a battle right
If I
here.
told you I made this food, if I told you I made this food from scratch, but then you learned that I had a lot of help, you'll be like, well, you didn't make this yourself because you have all these other people cooking in there. You got the scientists adding other bones. You got this, her whole pelvic area was shattered. So the scientists had to come in and grind down, glue, and put together something. And then they took a bone from another animal. They claim, which they did no DNA analysis on this bone. They just put this bone there back in 1973 and 1974, and they just constructed something, and then they only had 40%, and then they just made something up because they felt like it. My thing is why is that the only one they have? Where's the? Are you talking about billions of years of these things exist, millions of years of these things existing, so hundreds of thousands of years of these things existing on Earth, and you mean to tell me the best you can find is a 40% of these bones, and it's also of three different animals, and then you want to tell me that that's true? They need to throw that away and try again. And my thing is that there's only 25 And I'm going to talk about that. Like I said, I'm not going to get all into all my good stuff. This is not even anything. This is nothing I'm talking about. I
No,
got
no, hey,
Can
yo,
I ask
you
this?
got a good
Can I
argument.
ask
You got a
this?
good ass
black
argument.
man. You're my number one fan. You're my number. You
Can I
always
ask this?
show up. Thank you for showing
Can
up.
I ask this one question?
You make sure you get a ticket and then
No,
you
I
like
ain't gonna lie. Her argument is good as shit. I ain't gonna lie. She got like a little fight with her. I ain't gonna lie.
get
She
a
come with
Can
a
ticket.
I
little
have
fight.
a? Can I ask the question?
Since
This
I'm
my
a joke.
last question. I'm out of here.
Hey,
This
Nepal,
my
you got
last
some shit
question.
ahead of you, man. I ain't gonna lie. I rock
Can
with
I?
Nepal.
Can I?
Nepal was like the
Can
golden
I ask
queen
this
when it
last
comes to the
question and I'm out of here? Come
That's
on,
a little
man.
fight right here, man.
Hey,
Go ahead,
You
bro.
gotta understand
Natala,
hold on
Natala.
1 second. I'm gonna get to you. Metatron. The difference is that I know mine's a religion. You see, I don't teach that mine's is science. Mine is a religion. It requires belief. That's what evolution needs to do. They need to stop claiming science and take it and say it's a religion. That's my only
Mm,
argument. It's a religion.
mm,
Just like if you want to believe in apes and monkeys, believe in it. Just like I want to
mm.
believe in the Bible. But don't say that it's science because science can be recreated, tested in the laboratory, and it needs to be based off of the scientific method. You cannot do that with Lucy. I'm sorry. If that's your best case,
Well,
and the gill slits, Unc West, stop teaching that. That's been debunked since 1800s.
so Natala, do you agree that mitochondria only can be passed on from the female,
Huh?
Okay.
scientific wise?
The mom,
Mitochondria. Do you agree that
mitochondria is
mitochondria
feminine. No, I
can?
don't believe it's
Hold on,
passed.
I'm fit to
Oh
go
my
somewhere here.
gosh. Hmm.
Do you
Hey,
agree
Nepal.
mitochondria
Okay. It's enough.
I'm
It's
mitochondria
about
enough.
to take
only
everybody
passed
off in a
over from
minute.
the female? Do you
Did
agree
she
with
agree?
that?
Wait, what did you say? Did she agree that
I am
mitochondria
at
DNA is passed on through the female? What? But the mother?
right. Yes.
Do you
Hey, man,
agree?
it's enough.
Okay.
It's enough, man. It's enough.
No, science is
They
not a
don't.
You're
religion, but
gonna.
evolution is. Evolution is a religion. Stop trying to put evolution with science.
Whoa. I'm
Science
just
is based off. I'm
okay.
not talking to you. I'm talking to
Oh
Antoine.
my God.
Science is based
So
off of evolution is based off of
is the XX the mitochondrial gene is the oldest on the planet with humans, right?
what does that have to do with anything?
Explain how everything came like evolution, right? Explain that. If the mitochondrial gene is passed through the female, and that's the oldest gene that's known that ever existed. Explain that.
Explain why is
Ooh.
mitochondria the only thing that's ever known? I'm
Yeah.
trying to
The
understand.
mitochondrial gene,
I don't even know what
the
you're saying.
mitochondrial gene only
Yeah.
can be
This is
passed
getting out of
down through
hand.
the feet.
I
I'm
can't
out of
even
here.
hear him.
All
He
right.
says, what, Nepal? I'm
Basically,
serious.
he's
I'm really
asking
trying
you.
to
He's
hear him.
asking you. Yeah, Meter's just asking. We know that mitochondria is passed through the mother only. So, what is your
Okay.
question to her? How does that, like, how does
And
that
and
relate to what? Because I didn't even understand it.
because I was trying to get somewhere until dude got to interrupting, and
Well, can you make it
I'm
Damn, how you?
concise? Because
Hey,
y'all both
damn,
are
damn,
like.
you make. Hey,
Anyway,
look, what the fuck? Hey, what did I do? Now you blaming me.
don't make this. Look, you guys, brother. I need you to get your last final words and get your
Go ahead and get
ticket,
up out of here,
exit.
man. Go ahead and get up out of here. She's standing in a nice
Right.
way, though.
Did I think I wasn't saying get up out of here? I'm saying say your final words and then y'all can
That
exit
nigga,
stage left.
that nigga blame me. That nigga said, it's his
Oh,
fault. I don't know that shit.
brother, Natali, we're gonna have to do another thing, another show,
No,
because
I think it's gonna
I've
rock. I
asked
think
you.
it's gonna rock, my fault.
No,
My
we're just
fault.
gonna have to do another promotion show. We can leave this up, but I just want it to where there's not so much cursing. And I know it's late and it's a weekend for everybody. So let me go ahead and let Meter. I'm gonna let you close out, brother. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. How do you say your name? Aaron. Aaron. Aaron, you can say your final piece, and then you can go ahead and go out of here. I did drop the link to the Zoom to get the tickets. You said you want to see Naphtali whip me in a debate. Well, you're gonna have to get that ticket if you want. If you said you're cheering for her, right?
Aaron?
Excuse me.
Aaron.
What'd you say? Yeah, I don't know your
No,
name.
I
It's
said.
not. It's not. It's not. Guess what?
Oh.
It's
Well,
not
no,
important for
like
me
I
to know
said
your
before.
name, brother. Do you want to say your last words? I'm sorry I called you Aaron. I'm really sorry. Would you like to say your last words, sir?
I hope you guys have a good debate, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything is
Thank
good.
you.
Well, once again, it's always like even if I just go in the debate and just watch, I don't say nothing. I'm not rooting for either side. I'm still learning something from both sides, so that's why I stand at it. You know what I'm saying? My name's not Aaron though. I don't know who the hell Aaron is,
Yeah,
but
that was called a mistake. I don't know you. I just met you and I couldn't see your name.
nah,
So,
I'm
all right.
Mr. Telescope. I'm Mr. Telescope. Yeah, Telescope
Okay,
channel. But
wonderful. Mr. Telescope, thank you for joining. You're having a better night than a lot of people. You keep your party going, and we will
I
see
hope
you.
I
I will
keep
drop
on
the link.
having these better nights, man. God bless you all, man. Get this
Yes,
knowledge
sir.
from
Thank you.
these sisters. Be in the debate. I want to see you in the chat in the debate. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Drop the link in the
All
debate. I'm
right.
gonna find out how much it costs. Let's get it.
It's a $30 donation, and bring all your friends, bring all your family. Let them know about the debate coming up on the 14th of March. We do have a debate coming up this month, but ours is next month. The debate this month is Ankh and Brother Sanchez, and they will be doing it this month. But ours is March 14th. We're gonna keep it lit. All right, I'm Naphtali. I'm gonna let Meter go, and then you come in after answer him so we can hear him clearly again. I forgot what he had asked you, and then we'll let you close out, and I'll close out, and maybe we could do something tomorrow evening. Try again with the House of Consciousness and Sonnetter. But yeah, thank you. Go ahead, Meter, and thank you, everybody. Thank you for staying late, Naphtali. Thank you, Meter, everybody that hit the panel. Meter, you have the mic.
Basically, it was just me asking about the mitochondrial genes and how she can be able to fit that into the Bible where it comes from, and it's passed on to the woman. So
From Eve,
therefore,
mitochondrial Eve. That's what it's called, the mitochondrial Eve gene. So
but you got to understand that's where you gonna have trouble at.
no.
I'm trying to tell. Okay, I'm not going to argue, but anyway, I'm looking forward to the debate.
Well, you just make sure
I'm
you
looking
buy
forward. I'm looking forward to what Natali have. Nepal, I know you have a wide view of everything, so see how it comes together. And both you sisters is well versed, and I'm looking for a nice debate because I'm gonna pay for this. I'll be like I do. I select a lot of them, but I'm gonna be in the audience. And so, man, keep doing what you doing, man. And
Meta, thank you for
yeah,
being a supporter, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
man, I support when I only be on the panel, man. I'm talking about even on the show, just to look out, man, because you do a great deal of putting information out, man. You feel me? And
Thank
I
you, bro.
support in any type of way. You
So
feel
right
me?
now,
And
we
that's
out of here. I want to see Nepal and Naphtali close this thing out. All right, peace, y'all. Close out. Stay
All right,
tuned for
guys.
the debate. The debate is going down. Y'all don't want to miss it. Y'all know it's going to get crazy. When I say crazy, I'm talking about with the information. So let's get it in. Close out, ladies.
All right, as usual, guys, I ask you all so much I thank you guys so much for tuning in with your sisters. When people are passionate about things, we all are passionate. We all are trying to get this information together. We're all trying to get this truth out. I thank you guys so much for coming in with us. I know it's late. A lot of you guys are tired, but thanks for coming back and checking us out.
Sonetta put this team together, now it's so.
Again,
that was Sonetter. I'm telling you, that's crazy. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take
I'm
as much
ready
time
to
as you
hurry
need.
up.
No, that was my
Again,
bad.
guys,
Napah had the song running. I guess she don't know how to stop it or something. So she turned it down. And what I
Oh
did,
my God.
all right,
Sonetter,
go
while
ahead,
you're
Naphtali.
here,
this is
no,
what
wait,
happens
Naphtali,
when you're
hold on,
live.
excuse
This
me,
is live.
Naphtali, please hold on. Sonetter, I'm letting everybody know. You said you're going to try again in the House of Consciousness when we can schedule it, either if she can do it tomorrow, where we can do a proper promotion where we can, because we're good now. So
The next time y'all do it, I'm gonna have questions for both of y'all. I'm
okay.
gonna have questions.
So that's what I wanted to just show everybody. We might, if you're ready tomorrow, Naphtali, I don't know what your schedule is. I'll talk to you off the camera.
I'm free tomorrow, and you can have people. I was really looking. I want to see that God energy
We're gonna
guy.
turn
Where's
it up
he
because
at?
I'm gonna bring Unc on tomorrow for y'all.
Yeah, where's God energy though? I want to talk to him. I want to. Where's my good friend Cedric? All the atheists. That's who I want. But like I said, I'm not going to hold on, guys. Check out our live. We're going to be bringing out the information as well as putting on a nice good show up for you. It's going to be fun, fabulous, cool, calm, and collected. Most High bless. All right.
Thank you. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Most High bless to Queen Naphtali of the. Oh, don't forget to drop her link. I guess I'll do it.
Hey, Napah,
I'll drop her link.
Close out with my song that you hate. You going? Hey, yo.
Why are you? Why, Lord? This guy was on the panel today, and he said,
Napah, hold on. Remember
Ebony Knowledge. You see it? You see it, Ebony. Where's Ebony
Remember
Knowledge?
the first song I
You
came
hear
up
it.
when I said, Sonetta, wake the sisters up? You didn't like that either. It grew on you.
I never said. Why are you lying? That's all I want to understand.
So
why are
this
you
one
lying?
is going to grow
Why
on
are
you.
you just telling people lies because it's late? I liked it instantly, and I told you, and everybody knows I played it all the time. Why? Why,
right.
baby? Why are you lying?
Watch my song with the
Stop
brothers going
lying.
to grow on you.
No, that song's different. But you know what I like about the one "Wake the Sisters Up"? It sounds so like it reminds me of that '90s R&B. The like I can't stand Brian McKnight because he hates his black children. But when he used to be, before I knew about that, his voice and like Babyface and Kenny Lattimore, it just the way that is, you did it really well. But I want to say this before I get off the topic. Tomorrow, you guys, we will be having it scheduled. We're going to do another face off, a proper one, and Sonetter's going to have it organized perfectly. Tune in. Ebony Knowledge, I see you. Thank you for your support. You better be in that house March 13th and February 28th. You are definitely mainstay in the House of Consciousness. Why don't we even give her a wrench? I don't even know. But
Ebony Knowledge you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh hell, just Nepal, stop playing. Stop playing.
What's that mean? I can or I don't.
That's a Judah Nazareth nut.
Oh, you are messed up, Ebony. See? You see, that's so wrong. Ebony's been over here since.
Ebony Knowledge is a Judah Nazareth JJ nutcracker.
Damn, I didn't know that.
I just allow her to come over because she don't bother me or nothing. But she over there with the nutcrackers.
Remember when you didn't know it was a sister back in 2022?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You thought it was a brother. Yeah. Shout out to Ebony. I didn't know that. Y'all stay out of those
Ebony's cool. She just be over there
YouTube back streets. Stay out of those YouTube back streets. But anyway, this was good. As I said,
I'm closing with my song, Nepal. All right.
Baby, I don't want to. It doesn't matter. Your song is fine, honey. Your piece, Ebony. Your song is fine since this was kind of like this was like a reset. And then so tomorrow, right? We're gonna be up there doing another show, promoting this epic debate. I know, right? She said you be hating on her. Sonetter.
Never that.
All right, so
I got a picture of Ebony Knowledge in my head. She's an elderly sister. She's an elderly sister.
Why are you doing that though?
No, because I could tell by the way by the way she write, by the way she in the chat.
Wait. Somebody said I timed them out. I never
she's
timed.
a good elderly sister. You
know. Oh, she timed me out for no reason on the pause channel. Oh, she's a mod. She's a mod on my channel, and she's over there with JJ.
Yeah,
my heart is broken.
The Nutcrackers over there.
Oh, my heart is broken, Ebony. Damn, I know sometimes you don't agree with me, but gosh. Damn, Ebony, my heart is play a song about heartbreak, Sonnetter. Anyway, I'm just kidding. All right, peace, everybody. What happened?
Napah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Sonnetter doesn't like me to put up love. What, honey? We're live.
Stop hating.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm hating.
Napah, you where my people at? Napah, you where my people at?
It's weird.
I need you to help me on this mission. Yeah, this is for my brothers trapped in religion. Open up your eyes, break out of that prison. This is for my brothers trapped in religion, signed up to be the truth. You know he's on a mission. It's sad to see my brothers are so lost. It's sad to see you believe in things that's false. It's sad to see you believe in Jesus, but your logic breaks apart in 1,000 pieces. God killer, not gonna let that slide. You drowning in a myth, you had nowhere to hide. The HOK is a tough-ass environment where we trade blind faith for mental empowerment. I'll give you scriptures for your mind, this is the key. It's time to unlearn everything you believe. The house of consciousness, start looking within. That's where the real liberation begins. This is for my brothers trapped in religion. Open up your eyes, break out of that prison. This is for my brothers trapped in religion, signed up to be the truth. You know he's on a mission. The HOK is more than just a place. It's the toughest environment where you check your faith. Bomb squad and pseudo killers who check your sources. Don't come in here fronting cause you leave with losses. The Bible written to break your spirit, built to keep you low, feeding you metaphors, stopping your growth. This is for my brothers trapped in religion, signed up to be the truth. You know he's on a mission. It's sad to see my brothers are so lost. It's sad to see you believe in things that's false. Sonnetter, 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 Sonnetter. Don't stop, don't give up on us. Please sign it up, please sign it up, sign it up, sign it up, sign it up. Don't stop, don't give up on us, don't stop. Sign it up, sign it up, sign it up. Don't stop, don't give up on us, don't stop.
That shit remind me of some Drake shit right there.
Oh no. That's not a compliment. That's not a compliment anymore. That's not a it sounded more at the end, it reminded me of Mr. What's that song?
See my brother so lost.
You know, y'all see it, right? The guy said, well, you're always saying that to Sonnetter about cutting him out, but do you guys not see him? Just every time I'm speaking, he just starts talking over me. You start talking over me, honey. I know you like the song.
Believing in Jesus.
He don't care. He doesn't care, y'all.
Come in to break up
He's
the
gonna
peace.
keep singing this goofy ass stuff. Actually, y'all, the thing is, Mr. The new mindset living ism, my friend. I'm not hating. I like the song, but if I could have expressed that, before you start singing over me at the, the moment I was saying it. It's a nice song, but I mean, it's not one of his best ones. That's all I say. This is the one I like it since we're here before he tries to leave. I like the song. I mean, come
Let's
on.
break out, Napah. Let's go now.
No, see? No, I'm getting ready to play a song. I want them to hear it. This is
Let's go.
Why are you? What is wrong with you? What?
Come on,
Why? No, why are you a bully?
Oh man, go ahead.
Exactly. Be quiet. Let me do it. I'm gonna play the song. Why don't you want them to hear the song I like that you made? You don't want me to play it? It's one that you made. This is the one I like, you guys. I love this song. I love this song right here. I think this is I think this is a woman one. Is this it? The one that's a woman's voice? Nope. Nope, that's not it. Where's my song, Senator? Can you get it?
Oh man.
Get the one that I like about.
Didn't you name this song?
This is for my sisters. The one I said I like. That you did.
This is for my sisters?
But I did the remix. I don't like the remix with the female voice because it sounds like. Oh, this one. Wait, why was it paused?
Well, it's called That's not it. It's called The Final Call.
Do that one, yeah. Okay, this is one I like, you guys. He made this one that I like. I love this song. I play this song while I clean up my house.
That is for my sisters trapped in religion. Wake up and free the babies. So let us speak the truth, he's on a mission. The house of consciousness, the final call. Will you Bible thumpers wake up, all just fall? The house of consciousness, the final call. Stop believing in fairy tales, especially Paul.
This is the song right
I used to
here,
Bible
baby.
like a lantern in the night, trying to wake up my sister. True light, the house is closing in, it's a total mess. You ignore my wisdom, the ultimate test. Step inside the HOK, it's the toughest terrain, where the truth hits hard, the cuts bring pain. I try to wake you with the word in my hand, to get you to the truth, to help you understand. I gave you the scriptures, chapters and verse. I gave you the keys to break the curse. I gave you Torah to unlock with keys. Break the mental chains and be free. The final call. Yeah, will your Bible thumpers wake up, all just fall? The house of consciousness, the final call. Stop believing in fairy tales, especially Paul. They call you apostle like you a prophet of God, telling lies and fooling people can't be that hard. You're preaching from YouTube, looking for a handout. I'm standing on family, trying to bring the truth out. Welcome to the HOK, where the truth resides. No more hiding in the pews where the dies. We speak against the Bible just to wake the inner sight. Come inside the HOK doors, we bring the light. The house of consciousness, the final call. Will your Bible thumpers wake up, all just fall? Stop believing in fairy tales, especially Paul. Don't stop, wake the sisters up. Don't stop, wake the sister up. Don't stop, don't stop. Sonetta, don't stop, wake the sister up. Don't stop, wake the sisters up. Don't stop, don't stop.
Now this right here, we're gonna slow dance to this one. Donetta, this is gonna be our jam, okay?
Yeah, but see, Ebony like the
This
other
is
one.
my song. I love this song. I love
Ebony
this
like the other
song.
one, Napah.
I know, that's okay. My sister Ebony can like the other one, but this one for me, Now this is a song I love this song. I just love the way it's designed. I love the vocals, the message. It's so sexy. This is love. This is a love-making song, even though it's got a Bible. It's got an activist message. You did I think that's the best song you've ever done when you created these songs.
I'm gonna make an album with AI. Hey, Napah, I'm gonna make an album with AI. Yeah.
That is, well, a lot of people do that, honey.
Hell yeah.
That was such a good, I know, right, Metatron? We could step to that. That is I just love the way he says, I gave you Torah to unlock with keys. You really did a good job on that one. So, anyway.
Open up your mind and be free. The house of consciousness.
I love that song. Stop believing in fairy tales. It's late. But yeah, thank you for doing this, coming in.
This one grow on you. This one gonna grow on you. This one is hot.
I didn't say I don't like it. I don't like it. That's not my name. And he's saying, no, Paul, you at. That don't make sense. No, Paul, you at.
That's how the rappers talk today.
I need
no, Paul, you at. What was wrong with the word where?
They slurring a little bit.
This is for my brothers trapped in religion. Open up your eyes, break out of that prison. This is for my brothers trapped in religion, signed up to be the truth. You know he's on a mission. It's sad to see my brothers are so lost. It's sad to see you believe in things that's false. It's sad to see you believe in Jesus, but your logic breaks apart in 1,000 pieces. Ungod killer, not gonna let that slide. You drowning in a myth, you had nowhere to hide. The HOK is a tough-ass environment where we trade blind faith for mental empowerment. I'll give you scriptures for your mind, this is the key. It's time to unlearn everything you believe. The house of consciousness, start looking within. That's where the real liberation begins. This is for my brothers trapped in religion. Open up your eyes, break out of that prison. This is for my brothers trapped in religion, signed up to be the truth. You know he's on a mission. The HOK is more than just a place. It's the toughest environment where you check your faith. Bomb squad and pseudo killers who check your sources. Don't come in here fronting cause you leave with losses. The Bible written to break your spirit, built to keep you low, feeding you metaphors, stopping your growth. This is for my brothers trapping religion, signed up to be the truth. You know he's on a mission. It's sad to see my brothers are so lost. It's sad to see you believe in things that's false. Saneta, 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 don't stop. Don't give up on us. Please sign it up. Please sign it up. Sign it up. Sign it up. Sign it up. Don't stop. Don't give up on us. Don't stop. Sign it up. Sign it up. Sign it up. Don't stop. Don't give up on us. Don't stop.
Don't give up on us. All right, Napah.
You know this song? I thought about who it reminds me of. It's the music my son used to listen to when he was alive. It's XXX Tentacion. That's who that sounds like. If y'all know who I'm talking about. It's like that emo kind of emo trap music. It's good. I like it. So
I put trap beat, so that's what I wanted. I did.
Yeah.
I put drill beat and then I put the trap beat. So they gave me different beats, and I chose that one.
That was good. You're doing great. You need to, like Metatron said, go ahead and do an album, and I'll write some lyrics. You write some lyrics, and maybe I wish we could add in stuff like actual vocals.
No, what? Hey, Napah, listen.
Yeah.
You can add your own voice, Napah. I was gonna do all that tomorrow. What you do is,
Oh damn, DJ. Sonetta is about to start doing music, y'all.
listen, what you do
this is
is,
the transition you're witnessing.
listen,
What's going?
what you do is
Yes.
sing for 10 minutes and then you
Damn.
save it. Once you sing it for 10 minutes, you save it and then you put it in the iTunes. They pick up your voice, and whenever you writing your lyrics, they're gonna sing it with your voice. Fire. That's
Oh,
fire
wow,
right there. So be looking
that's
for that,
crazy.
y'all.
Oh God, help me.
You
You'll
know
be
I'm
sounding like
crazy on that.
who are you gonna sound like? Whose voice you
It's gonna
sound
sound like
like?
me. It's gonna sound just like me. My
James
voice.
Brown. You're gonna sound like
No,
James Brown.
no, it's gonna sound like you. It's gonna be your voice.
Okay, all right. Then what do we got coming up? We got tomorrow. We're gonna do Naphtali, Napah. Who else is hitting the panel? You said Ankh. Hopefully Sanchez. You should get Ankh and Sanchez and Naphtali and me, and we just do a debate whole, just a promotion like we kind of did. It went well this time, but we need to get some debaters up here like
All right,
Ankh and
close us out.
baby, you're not even listening. God. And then you know what it is, y'all? It's not that he doesn't want to listen. This man is, what time is it? 11. He's sleepy. It's 1:00
Yeah,
in
it's
the
11
morning.
o'clock over there where you
So
at.
tomorrow we're going to be live again. We'll try it again. Ebony, everybody in. It's going to be the debate promotion, Naphtali versus Napah. Shada. Okay. You saw that ad last night. All right. Sonetta. It's all you. Do what you do. Do what you do best in my show. He won't, Ebony, he won't end it when